Welcome to Reality After Show. This is coverage of Survivor. It's Australia v. the World, Season 1, the finale, Episode 10. I'm Jonny Fairplay, joined by three of my favorite Australians ever, possibly my best friends, because as King George does it, you can have up to four. So let's just go ahead and lock this shit in. We have from Brains v. Brawn 2. We have the MVPs of the season. We have Sugar and Spice down at the bottom. It's Sweet Logan and Sweet Laura. You get a sweet. And then of course our humble narrator and winner, Sweet Myles, and the president of the Luke Toki fan club for all you
Yeah, no, Twitter beef has been squashed. It's the shortest. I think it's the shortest Twitter beef in Survivor history. Yeah, we chatted it out in the DMs and we cool. I think that's enough beefing for me. So we'll see what happens after tonight. I got a couple of drinks in me, you know.
Oh,
Myles Kuah was
the best.
Excellent. But to be fair, Myles is excellent at taking on feedback. So the reason it was squashed so quickly is Myles is excellent at feedback. But Mouse Boy, hilarious.
Mouse Boy was so funny.
Points to Luke there. Yeah. Very funny.
There is a jungle rat T-shirt available in one of the Australian Facebook groups because they no longer want it because. And it is available for sale. However, they're sure no one else wants it. I'm like, geez.
Like real?
Ouch. Really?
That's wild.
Are you aware that the feud began and ended in like 24 hours? And we're
that's crazy.
That's wild. Internet fans are crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. So if you'd like a really good deal on a signed
they're undercutting me. They're undercutting me.
Yeah, I want that one. I'm like, I want the Graduates. What was I thinking?
Crazy. The Australian Survivor Facebook pages are a scary, scary place.
Yeah, I feel it's as rough as it is. It's a little, for me, it's a little more palatable because the U.S. Survivor pages are, is Survivor on tonight? What time? And it's like, oh, well, I know where you live just based on your avatar alone. And it's the same fucking time it is every week.
Yeah.
To be fair, that'd be much more of an issue in Australia because they change the times. It's 7 o'clock.
We don't.
I've never joined the Facebook pages, but the Reddit hurts.
Yeah.
The Reddit hurts deep.
I'm banned from the Reddit. The moderator with Cheetos and DNA on his fingers in his mother's basement has me blocked, and that's fine because I look at my life.
Is it for good reason, Jonny?
With the reason?
What did you do?
Oh, I either plugged a viewing party, my podcast, or a T-shirt, and I don't apologize for any of those things.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Never. No, the Facebook page is a scary place.
Yeah, and anytime anyone ever added me, at Fairplay Hates You, that is my Reddit name because someone took Jonny Fairplay. So, and I'm speaking about that person that took my name. It's Fairplay Hates You. Anytime anyone said, "Hey, Fairplay, can you answer this?" I'm always quick to answer. So it's just like, hey, if I'm always here, always available, literally the most accessible Survivor in the history of the franchise. That does that on the drop of a dime, I'm gonna fucking plug a podcast, a T-shirt, or Survivor viewing party.
I feel like Myles, would you be like a silent Reddit viewer?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So,
I go in and out, but totally.
The weird username, we're watching, we hear it all, we see it all. It hurts, guys. It hurts.
Yeah.
I won something being like the worst and most divisive player. I won the worst player, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
I won the season.
Okay, well.
Oh yeah, you were voted most popular player on the of our season.
No, they hated me. They hated me for the most.
Not right here. President of the Sweet Logan fan club. Hey, and Laura won biggest glow up in the history of Survivor.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Logan, it was you and Kate. You and Kate were in the final two, apparently, for most popular
How
player
did
of our
I
season.
win? The whole of the season, Reddit hated me, and then at the end I win, and I'm like,
It's
pardon?
because after you got voted out, they got stuck with AJ and I, and they're like, "Oh
Where
shit,
were
we
these
realized what we
supporters?
missed."
The win.
Where were these
Yeah.
supporters the whole way through?
There was no one named Kate on your season. Please stop with it. Like Myles is writing fan fiction saying there's someone named Kate on your season. I podcasted every episode. There was no one named Kate on there.
Well, there was only one tribe. It was just the Brains tribe, right? Like
It was just one tribe.
Brains versus Brains.
It was
Yes,
Brains
versus Noonan.
plus Noonan and maybe Paulie sometimes.
Yeah,
That was
and there was the Mega Alliance, which is the greatest alliance in the history.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, since I mentioned plugging, I might as well plug. You can get t-shirts, as I mentioned, at fairplayshirts.com. You can check out the podcast. It's realityaftershow.com and see Jonny Fairplay live. If you're talking Survivor, me and Jam, winner of Survivor 40 something, not 40 several, but me and Jam are going to be in Chicago. It's an ultra VIP deal. Go to survivortix.com. It's October 15th. That will be Chicago. And season 49 of Survivor premieres September 24th. But fuck that. I'm going to be in Boston with Cara Maria because the floor, season 4 with Rob Lowe, has me, Jonny Fairplay, followed by the series premiere of 99 to Beat, Cara Maria, and from the challenge, and Sandra Diaz-Twine, the queen. She's going to be on 99 to Beat. We're having the floor 99 to Beat premiere party at Essex Lounge in Boston. It is a rooftop bar. It is the most beautiful place in all of Boston, and that is September 24th against the premier Survivor. Hey, Boston, hear me out here real quick. The greatest bar in Boston has the Survivor Cafe. That's going to be there all season long. There is someone from season 49 whose mom runs the greatest bar. There is a Survivor viewing party at the greatest bar every week in Boston. So you can skip the first episode live. Come see me and Cara Maria. Come support another Survivor. Do all the things. And then from week 2, Bryce and Wendell are going to be there in Boston. And everyone else, every week there's going to be a party there. So week 1, I will see you at the Essex Lounge in Boston or the Essex Boston, whatever. Go to survivortix.com. Join Jonny Fairplay and Cara Maria. Because guess what? It will sell out too. So yeah, it was my plugs.
If we could be there, we'd be there.
I'd fly there.
I know. I need you to text me that date.
Yeah,
I'm a month. George might come for LA.
I'm a month too late. I'll be in LA from the 24th in October, so I'm a month too late.
Okay. Well, no, but a Survivor viewing party in LA.
We can do that.
Yeah. So there we go.
We can hang.
Yeah. All right. So well, I think Georgie might be making the trip. We'll see. But hey, we're talking an epic battle, 25 years in the making.
Yeah.
This season is a little different, according to Parvati. It is the biggest ever. Now, every verbiage that I hear throughout this episode, I just imagine Jeff Probst cringing. Especially coming from Parvati.
Yeah,
just crying inside.
So
because out of everyone, she's got the cred to actually say it. Like, it's pretty much one step down from Boston Rob saying it, right? Like, he would be the one that would make him hurt the most, but she's probably next on that list as the person who can make him hurt.
Well, it's not like she's going to go back on another US season either, so she may as well like step out and say what she's thinking, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: Jeff called Boston Rob. Boston Rob said no. Jeff never called Parvati.
And
yeah, but that's because Jeff has a weird thing with like liking all the male players and not respecting the women players.
Yeah.
Preach. No, you say coming from Parvati's second most to Jeff, that's the second most. But I feel when this is all said and done, doesn't Parvati have the most equity of making that statement of anyone in the history of any Survivor ever?
I think she cemented herself as the GOAT now. Like, I don't even think it's a question now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's
like, I think.
Yeah. Parvati did not decline to do season 50. That's not true, Blood Money. She literally said they never called her, so that's not true. And also, Parvati did not turn down House of Villains because they never called her, even though she said that.
They're lost.
Yes.
But honestly, Parvati, from the get-go of this season, Parvati had the game in her hands. Like, from the biggest target, she had the biggest target on her back day one walking in. Not a single vote against her. Insane behavior. And that's why she's walking away from this season as the GOAT of Survivor. I don't care if it's US Survivor, AU Survivor, any international season. Parvati is the GOAT. She is incredible at what she does. Her social game is insane. Strategic game is insane. Endurance game for...
she smoked. She did smoke Luke on the final challenge.
Easy.
She is mother in my eyes.
Yeah.
Bow down to Parvati.
Yeah. But I do think to call yourself the GOAT, you have to play like multiple versions of Survivor, right? And she has. She played old school. She's done this. You have to prove that your skills aren't a one-trick pony, which she's definitely done.
She did the traders. She's done other things, and she's proven herself as someone who is incredible at not only reality TV, but incredible at a social game where she can win. Like, amazing. Snaps to Parvs.
Snaps.
Yeah. But Boston Rob did turn down Australian Survivor. Not this one, but that's fine. I mean, I'm just saying, but to be able to say that, you have to have played it. Well, if you turn it down, and then you didn't.
Do we want to see Boston Rob? I mean, we've seen him so many times. Do we want to see Boston Rob?
I'm good on Boston. Like, me and Boston Rob have had our issues in the past. We're actually friends right now, but I'm really good on Boston Rob right now. Like,
I love him. Like, he was like my Survivor crush growing up. Loved him. But like looking at
Miles too.
Looking at Oz v. the World, like, do I want to see him there? The amount of seasons that he's been in, and even like the past ones, like the one that he was with Sandra and they were just like the guiding voice, like that was so trash. Like,
yes,
I actually don't really want to see Boston play again. Like, I think he's done what he's done. He's made a legacy for Survivor. Hold on to that. Do what you're doing. And like, chill. Like, I'm glad he wasn't there. Not that I didn't want to like see him on my screens because I love him, but I just think let other people play. And
I think the good thing about having someone like Tony is you trust Tony to do something crazy, and like Tony will always mess it up, whereas you're going to trust Rob to kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, I think Rob is actually at his most entertaining every time I've seen him not on Survivor on other shows. I think on Survivor, he actually kind of like makes the game quite boring. Like he's very engaging as a character, but his style of gameplay is not the most entertaining. Yeah. And I actually think he's a lot more fun on other TV shows.
What reality show would you like to see Boston Rob on, Myles?
I don't know. I've watched him on Traders and on Dondi, and on Traders especially, he was awesome. On Dondi, he was a lot of fun. I just think that his Survivor, his gameplay style of Survivor is just like frustrating to watch.
Just gonna get to the end.
Yeah.
There's not much else he can do, right? Like
House of Villains. I mean, I don't know that much about House of Villains, but I'm sure it'd be a bit of fun on House of Villains.
He won't do it for the money. House of Villains doesn't pay trader money. So yeah, the only reason Tyson said yes to House of Villains is because they fucked him over on Australia v. the World.
Oh yeah, just out of spite.
Yeah. So, but if Amelia or whatever name is out there that makes those phone calls is thinking about Australia v. the World season 2, and you're thinking Boston Rob is not getting this tattoo next week. I'm just saying it's going right here.
Actually,
you need to be quiet.
You're lying, Jonny.
If it gets out, the World Tribe are going to vote you out immediately if you rock up with it.
Like they're not already after me. Come, bring it. Come for it.
We need you to survive till merge so you can come over. So you need to keep it on the down low.
Do you love that?
Cover that.
That's basically George with his bloody idol necklace tattoo.
Well, George has the same tattoo.
He got that too.
He's got the,
I know.
Yeah, he's got that tattoo.
Wait, I am one of his 4 best friends.
Yeah, it's a little friendship tattoo.
Actually, To be fair, Myles, Laura, and I all have a friendship tattoo as
We
well.
do.
Mm,
Oh, wow. See, there you go.
yeah,
Can you guess what it is?
it's not
No.
something
Who's to
particularly
say?
crazy.
Don't let your
It's a
mind
little-
go
little
there. Fair
fire.
play.
Oh yeah, actually, I can't show you. Miles can show you. Mine's in a discreet spot, but Miles can show you.
discreet spot.
It's a little flame.
It's a little
Mine's
flame.
red, but
Mine's red.
we all have it.
Mine's
Mine's
red.
in discreet.
Wow. Did you guys get a Groupon and you all just went to the tattoo parlor?
No, we just got a bit drunk and
We
we
got
walked
drunk.
into the nearest tattoo place and
We
got
had
it.
lunch and we were like, well, let's go get tattoos.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, yeah. My
Hey, you don't judge us. You're getting friend tattoos with George.
Tattooed on you.
well, but Australia is my second home, so there's also that.
Valid.
You know, I've been there like 8 times. I don't think there's another
Yeah.
American other than Pilot Pete that's been to Australia 8 times.
yeah, yeah.
Valid.
All right. So, all right. Well, it is it's episode 10, the finale. There's 2 Aussies, there's 2 Americans, and this is for the title of greatest Survivor player of all time. And there's nothing you cannot say that's not true because it was literally said to us 28 times this episode.
Over and over again. Yeah.
Wow. All right. So 15 years ago, Parv was robbed in Samoa. I agree with that. I always felt that of American Survivor, Tony in season 40 was pretty amazing, but I feel the greatest for me for the longest time and easily still top 3 were the greatest games I've ever seen in US Survivor, other than myself. I mean, if you're not going to toot your own horn, who is? But I felt Parv and Heroes Villains was one of the best games that Americans ever played. I always felt it was Parvati's best game, even better than Micronesia. And she's playing a better game on this one.
I think I agree with her that this is her best game.
I think
So-
this is an all-time like
She's
top
actually-
3 Survivor win, I reckon.
He had
That's
this
crazy.
game in the palm of her hand from
whole
day
time.
one.
Yeah.
The fact that she was the biggest threat, not a single vote towards her the
Should've been
entire
first boot.
time. I
She should have
can't,
been first boot.
Yeah,
I
totally.
can't believe it. Like her social, strategic, everything. She should have been first boot. She's the biggest target,
Such an
and
easy
yet
first
she
boot.
won. And that just has to speak volumes.
Should have been a mid-merge boot as well.
It has to speak volumes of how good of a player she is. It has to.
I say at worst, she should have been first boot after the Rob conversation with the Dondi stuff.
Yeah.
That right there is we're
that out.
done. You're done. It's so like you're already dangerous, but you've already got this thing over there. We're done.
Yeah. Well, David going home probably helped her a bit with that. Like that probably took a little bit of pressure off her.
She got called out, what, two or three times? at
Every tribal council, she was getting called out, and then Sari would get voted for.
Yes.
Yes, we copped the votes.
Ricocheted onto Sari.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's that bulletproof
Insane. The
chest.
control she had.
Yeah.
Insane.
Crazy.
I put it 2. I'd put it as second best game
Is
of
she
all time.
hypnotizing people out there?
Who's
What's
the
she
best
doing?
game of all time? now?
Tony Winners of War. I think the only thing that holds this game back, while I think this is a better game than Tony's game, is the fact that it's a shorter game, which means that there's like less opportunity for
Less moving pieces.
Exactly. So I think that this is essentially the perfect game, but it's the perfect game over a shorter time frame. Whereas I think like the Tony Winners at War game is basically the perfect game, but over a full season. But I think other than that, it's the best game. And I do think in my mind, she's gone from second of the best players of all time behind Tony to first. And it's not even a question now.
She has
Miles,
to be the
how
best.
do you feel about as a winner of Survivor and copping so many votes through so many different tribal councils, Parvati then winning on the
And
back
0
of your
votes.
your season, our season, with 0 votes?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. It's insane. It's like the fact that she never copped votes. I don't understand how it happened. It's ridiculous, right? Like she should have copped votes. It's absurd that she didn't.
Going to, and then all of a sudden, Sari's name is there. Like, how did that happen?
Poor Sari.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
Yeah, I think I think, and here's the thing. If someone wants to think it's the best game of all time, I totally get it. I think it's the perfect game. I think it's just a perfect game over like a shorter time frame than a normal game.
It would have been interesting to
Yeah.
see if the World Tribe or Tommy and Cass could have done something with more time.
Yeah. For the 16-day period, I think Parvati did amazingly, but given more time. If it was, say, the 47 days that we have on, 47 days? Is that what
47 days.
on
47.
Australian Survivor? I don't know that Parv would have lasted that long, but the 16-day version slayed for her.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect game for her.
Here's the crazy thing with Parv receiving no votes. If Luke does make a move in that final 5 tribal council,
Yeah.
Parv, I think I know Parv the way I know Parv. I think Parv plays her idol for Sari,
Mm-hmm.
and Parv goes home with the 1 vote on Parv.
Do you think
Yeah.
really? Because do you think that's an emotional thing? Because objectively, she plays the idol, like the right move is play her idol for herself and trust she'll win the Final 4 challenge because she was very well positioned to do that, right?
I think strategically she thinks the vote is on Sari, and it's the double reverse, and it's on her.
Yeah, but I think that would be flash for the sake of emotion there, where I don't think she needs to do that, because even if Sari goes home, I think she's still fine because she just wins the Final 4 challenge every time. Like, I just don't think that would be necessary. I think that would be a really big misplay from Parvati if she did that, because I think, like, she just doesn't like, as much as having Sari at 4 is great, she doesn't need Sari at 4 because she's going to win the Final 4 challenge like 9 times out of 10.
I think in a perfect world, she would have thought, I'll play it for Sari, but I think doing it, like standing up there,
Yeah.
I don't think she ever would have.
Well, I don't think I think it's twofold. I think she is playing an emotional game. She does have her survivor soulmate out there, but I also feel that she thinks strategically that's the move because she thinks that's what they're gonna do.
Do you think her coming back, was it 4 times? This is their 4th time playing?
Mm-hmm.
As a 4-time player, do you think she genuinely cared that much about winning?
That's a good question.
Maybe not. Yeah. So maybe it is the Sari of it all.
More than Sari.
When you come back, say if I, for example, Laura and I got to come back 2nd-time players, you play a game a different sort of way. If we came back as 3rd-time players, we'd play a different type of way. Coming back as 4th-time players, I feel like the win is not the goal, I guess, in a way. I'm like,
I think it depends on whether you've won before.
But
I think for me, I probably am coming back with less worry about winning. But I feel like
if you came back for another time, you'd be voted out immediately. We know this.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, the care factor for winning. Like, I think Sari's desperate to win, and she's played 5 times, but because she hasn't won. But I do get what you mean, where Parvati having won before probably doesn't necessarily, like, possibly.
Yeah, but take into account how much she wanted to win Heroes versus Villains and how many times she's been told that she was supposed to win Heroes versus Villains. I think that is more of her fighting, like, want to win. Not that she's won before, but that she should have won twice.
And her revenge in Samoa.
And her
being
revenge in Samoa. Being on the beach.
Yeah.
Being in Samoa would have definitely.
This was in Fiji.
Coming back as a 4-time player, like, does it give her that, like, advantage of being able to play that hard, that fast, like the way that she was able to play, because she doesn't have not necessarily the care factor of winning, but because she's done it before and she's like, I can put everything out on the table and just go as hard as I possibly can because I've done this before, and let's see where the chips fall.
Yeah. No, this is in Fiji. She cares a lot less.
I think that she cares more about winning this than letting Sari win. Like, she wants Sari to be there, but she still thinks she's going to beat Sari.
I think she thinks she'll beat Sari, but I think she's really okay with losing to Sari. I think she's
okay with losing to Sari.
She's okay, but she'd still rather win.
Totally.
I think if Sari's...
it's not that much money. If we're being really honest, it's not that much money.
Yeah, Sari at the final 3, I think, is enough for Parv. You know,
yes,
she's not upset if Sari wins. So, but yeah, it's.
Do we think the emotions that we saw when Sari went out at fire? Do we think those were real emotions, or do we?
Oh yeah, because she doubled down on that question, and I love
emotional.
Sari is one of my best
friends. We cried.
We got emotional. Yeah.
Yeah, I got emotional.
No, like I've known Sari forever.
See the realization in her brain going, oh, I think I've got this now.
I think the reason we asked that is, like, looking back on our season, when we look at Myles, Kaylin, and AJ at that final 3, and there is real emotion there, but there's also some fake emotion from some people, not Myles. when you look at that final day, I'm like, is that real from Parvati? Is she genuinely so sad that Suri is now sitting on the jury, or is that a ploy to get the jury like Lisa, who is completely on Suri's side, to then get her on her side? Like, there's so many things that you have to think about here.
No, it's yeah. So we'll get to the tribal of it all. Well, Suri is the best to have never won. She locked that in tonight. They all see Luke as the most dangerous in a final three, and I'm like, are they playing a different show than I'm watching?
That's exactly what we said. Have you seen him? I mean, you guys lived with him for 14 days, so you guys know him far more than I do. But I don't think he's the most eloquent person on planet Earth.
I wasn't out there.
To be fair, he is likable. Like that's I think the big thing is that he's just inherently quite likable.
This is about his speech.
Our question was, why do they write down Luke's name instead of Janine to go against Fire? Why?
Suri could have beaten Janine.
I think, it's the money thing is a factor there, I think, where Janine just inherently, and Janine has the money thing. She's got the classic old woman problem, which is old women generally don't get respected by juries. And I think with Luke being the bigger character, she's just kind of seen as Luke's sidekick, even though I don't really think that's fair to be the case. But I think all three of those factors make Janine just the obvious GOAT in this situation, regardless of how good of a game she played.
Yeah. So
the only person who knows that Luke is not going to be able to speak well is Janine, so that fits her very well, taking him there.
Well, no, there is a fun quirkiness to Luke. If this is a final two, and the final two are Janine and Luke wins this.
Luke wins every time.
Totally.
Janine gets the same amount of votes as she gets this way.
Yeah, I actually think that Janine made a really big mistake here strategically. I think there was probably a part of her that kind of just wanted Luke to have a good chance of winning and wanted to keep him for reasons. But I think from a strategic point of view, I think her best shot is against Suri and Parvati, who potentially split some votes, and then she has Luke on the jury advocating for her and potentially picks up Luke and possibly one or two of the other Aussies. Like, I do think that Janine's best case is having Luke on the jury and Parvati and Suri splitting international votes. Because inherently, you get at least Lisa and possibly some others pulling votes away from Parvati. You get Luke probably, who knows, but like you've got a decent chance of getting Luke, and potentially Luke puts in a good word for you for the other jurors.
Yeah.
I think it was the ego of Janine that drove her. She was like, I want to sit in this final three spot. I want to be responsible for sitting this final three spot. It's just like, all right, well, your ego will be fueled, but nothing else will, and go to fuel or boost or whatever your juice place is to get the rest of what you were looking for, because you're not.
I think a little bit, but I think there's a bit of emotion there for her wanting to keep Luke around, right? Because they're clearly really close. She's pretty wealthy. I think in her mind, Janine would much rather lose to Luke than lose to like the other people, because they're genuine friends. Luke got taken out at 4 in their season. Everyone was really gutted and upset by it, right? Like I reckon there's probably some Janine going like, I don't know if I got a decent chance of winning, so let's just give Luke the best chance that I can.
I agree. I think that she'd rather lose to Luke than anyone else, so that's why she's willing to take Luke.
Yeah, I felt like at that final tribal, it was more so like they were a duo against a singular person, where they really were both kind of like pumping each other up, and
Janine was pumping Luke up really hard. It was very
how about they moved?
Yeah, it was
like she did that and he did that, and I was like, wait a minute, you guys are fighting.
You guys are competing like individually. This is the first like tribal I've ever seen, like a final tribal like council that I've ever seen where they're kind of pumping each other up. Where I was like,
you didn't watch Survivor 49. Sorry, 48. They were doing that in 48. Joe and Eva.
Well, but if Janine really wanted Luke to win, then she goes to Fire against Suri and loses.
No, because she can't go to Fire. She can't control who they vote. She can't control who they vote.
I think Janine just wants to sit there.
Yes.
And
that's the ego of it all, just wanting to sit there. So no, but like
it's an ego thing.
Yeah,
I don't think she ever thought she really would have won.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily that much of an ego thing. I think it's more of just she's a rich businesswoman who's playing this game and is just like, I just want my like Zara had a similar thing. Like Zara was willing to go up against AJ, even though she knew she was like not the best matchup for her, because she just wanted to sit there and give a pitch and she just wanted to make final 2, right? And I don't think that's necessarily an ego thing. I think that's I'm kind of have like it's that person has a lot of stuff going on and they don't need the win. They just want the experience.
They just want to get as far as they possibly can.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is valid. It's so valid.
Did Zara move to Philadelphia?
No, Zara still lives in Brisbane.
Are you sure she didn't take the baseball from that kid? That wasn't Zara.
Oh,
Oh, you haven't seen the meme yet. You haven't seen it.
Philly's Karen.
yeah. There's a Karen who steals a ball
There's
from
a
a
Karen
kid.
who's a baseball from a
Oh,
kid
no.
on that. Yeah, not good.
It's great.
I'm just gonna
I was like, wow, Zara cut her hair. It's a good look. So, all right. Luke was in the same spot 5 years ago. Luke reveals in a confessional that he's voted wrong a few times. Correction, you have voted correctly a few times.
Yeah. He voted
Like,
correctly twice.
Maybe.
No, it was more than that. It was
Yeah.
because he voted correctly for Lisa, Shawnee, for both the other internationals,
The
and then
post-code.
technically the him voting for Shawnee on the split is a correct vote as well. So probably 5 times,
Right.
and actually Suri. So that's 6 times if you count the Suri vote as well at the end.
So well into merge was the first
Yeah.
time.
All right. Well, he was not on the correct side of the vote.
No, he spent a lot of time not on the right side.
So Luke wants Janine indebted to him. And all right, it's time for our final challenge. It is indeed a torture chamber. And Parvati says, y'all are dark in Australia, to which JLP says, you better believe it. And I'm like, I am here for
Yeah.
JLP. But it's like, come to Australia. It's fucking dark.
Dark.
Yeah.
We don't
The
mess
endurance
around.
challenge is one of the best
That
things
was
about
peg
it.
hell. I mean, I've done pegs. Myles has done pegs.
Whoa,
outside.
whoa.
I do love pegging.
They're
hurt.
painful,
They
like
hurt.
painful as hell. Like when
That's what I hear.
the challenge that I did with Zara, but ours was kind of like crossed over each other, which made it quite difficult. But theirs was sort of the weight. The thing that I didn't understand in that is like when you have that kind of weight is you shouldn't hold it in your
The
biceps
stretch.
because it's all in your biceps here. So if you need to hold it, you need to hold it kind of down here, which gives your entire arm that weight. But then Luke was holding it
It's
up
the
here.
balance. You're missing the balance because they're
balance.
using it to balance, so they need it. If you have it down there, it's not helping you with the balance as much. You need it more up here so you can.
Myles, did you win the peg challenge against me?
No, but I think they had longer. They had longer thing. There's a different because you can pull it and push it.
I'm kidding.
All that matters is that Parv could have stayed there for literal hours and watching
Crazy.
Luke's phone being like, oh, this is it?
She looked like she was in peace.
This is it?
Yeah, she's chilling.
So
She was like,
I'm confused. Please help me. I've heard in pegging, I've often heard the bigger pegs are worse, but it seems like it's the opposite here.
Not in Survivor.
Most of the time, yeah, not in Survivor.
Most of the time,
Myles
the big-
question, or-
Not in Survivor. In Survivor, those
Yeah.
smaller kids hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
JLP's pegging is particularly difficult to handle. I can tell you firsthand.
Particularly brutal.
Yeah.
the final pegging by JLP.
JLP's small but effective pegs.
Wow.
I think the thing that hurts the most is tonight's like finale is on Father's Day, like our daddy of Survivor on Father's Day,
Daddy.
our final goodbye. Like, I mean, it's fitting, but it's also sad.
I kind of wanted a final deal that we did not get at the end, and so kind of hurts. So, but maybe it's not the final end. Maybe it's just a pause.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah. So see you next Tuesday, as he would say to Channel 10 right now.
Yeah.
So, well,
Have you seen the comments that he's been leaving some snarky comments? It's crazy. JLP is unleashed. JLP is unleashed.
Hinge.
I'm loving it. I'm
what is
loving
the one
it.
he did the other
What
day?
time is it on? And he was like, they don't tell me anything.
Yeah. So someone like they put hey, is there a date for the finale episode? He is like, that's a good question. The network tell me diddly squat since they decided they no longer need my services. I think next Sunday. Maybe someone else can confirm.
That's so funny. That's so
Wow.
funny.
No fucks given. I mean,
Yeah.
that is where JLP is right now. And I'm for it. God bless him.
He's hilarious.
But how great is this? They walk out, they see the deal, and Suri's like, I mean, just like literally sees the final challenge is just like,
Nope.
for
Yeah, so he
real.
wasn't having it.
Like,
We were both like no families, but also like it's only been 16 days.
It's been
of
16
no
days,
families.
yeah.
I've held a grudge for longer than 16 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't even have letters at 16 days, did we? Like,
No.
Well, so I guess you guys are out there long enough. So my first season of Survivor, we got the letters from home. You know, that's how, you know,
Wait, how long were you out there your first season, Johnny?
38
days,
out of
right?
39 days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I beat you. I was 39 days.
Well, I did another 3, so I beat you.
You do. Okay, I'm gonna shrink that now.
And here is my letter from home.
Aw.
And it was literally written by my buddy the day, like I left to go play Survivor. The next day, they're like, "Hey, write a letter to your friend."
I think
So
it was the
it's
same.
like-
Yeah.
It's the same.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, well, you left 12 hours ago, so literally nothing has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't miss you at all yet.
So,
Yeah.
I think it
Same.
was the same with us. We didn't get letters till day 12, but it wasn't any of us 3 that got letters. And they were given like literally like a day to write them, like proper letters and stuff. So the letters that they got were on day 12 or
I don't
day
remember.
13 or
I
something.
do not
Yeah.
remember.
But they
You
were,
really wanted those letters as well, eh?
well,
Yeah.
I've got kids and a husband.
Yeah, I
at
know.
home. I did really want them. And the only other person sort of on our tribe that wanted them was Zara, because she's also
Yeah.
got kids in a family. But then on the Brawn side, they had a lot of married
Parents.
people with kids and stuff like that. So I am grateful that they were allowed that and they had that, which was great, like great for them. But our tribe,
We never got them.
we never got them.
We ended up.
I literally went into every reward challenge thinking that there was a possibility that we might get them.
Yeah.
And so then every time we lost, I would get really upset because I was like, oh, what if I just lost my chance at getting my letters? And then they told me, then they're like, you were never getting your letters, babes. And I was like, okay.
We ended up reading them in the jury, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Do you miss your families?" We're like, "No, I'll see them tomorrow. I don't care."
Yeah.
So I am actually in an Australian Survivor letter.
George's?
I am. No,
What do
not
you mean?
George. No.
Whose?
When Luke wrote the letter to the Golden God, his second season, he is at the end. He goes. By the way, your dog died, and then at the end, he was just like, pull a Jonny Fairplay and try to get some sympathy.
Incredible.
Nice. Good
So
reference.
Luke wrote that, and he showed it. He goes, Luke told me to pull a Jonny Fairplay.
Did you not actually die though?
No.
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 Well, I know that the Jonny Fairplay is that they don't actually die, but I was just questioning it.
They don't actually die.
Oh my God, Logan, we need to play Survivor together, and there are so
Yeah,
many things.
I told my husband.
Everybody in my life is dying.
I
Like, it's
literally
crazy.
told my husband, like, obviously because we've done this is our 3rd podcast together, and I'm like, my husband's like, why are you up at 11:30 at night doing a podcast till 1 a.m? And I was like, it's Jonny, and he's like, who is Jonny? So I've had to give him the background. He's not a Survivor guy, and I was like, the most iconic thing, explain your whole story.
Yeah.
He's like, literally iconic. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and that's why I wear your husband's jersey when I choose any jersey in the world to wear.
it's being sent to you. It's being sent.
So I will say this, to go along with the tattoo. Day before yesterday, George is like, bet on Australia versus Argentina in rugby, and I was like, I'm all in. So George threw $250 on. I think I threw $50 on, and it's 2 a.m. I'm watching football and American football, and then it's over. I'm just flipping channels, and the game's on. And I'm just like, Georgie, the game's on. He's like, wonderful. And I'm like, they're down 21-6. He goes, oh, bollocks. So sorry. And I'm just like, all right. But so I watched like 10 minutes. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just like, all right, well, this is very entertaining. I just don't understand it. And so I go to bed. I wake up the next morning. Miracle. Aussies win. So there we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Let's go.
Worth it.
Let's go.
So, but Logan, your man was, if they had won, like they were primed for a playoff run, huh?
Yeah, they just missed out on the playoffs, I guess is what you call it in America. They just missed out on the playoffs, which was very bloody disappointing. But it's given us 4 weeks of now Jason's at home with me, and I'm like, what are you doing here? This is my house.
No, I thought it'd be the opposite. It's like,
you're meant to be at work. I'm like, my mornings, but like, I'm like, I get up, take my kids to school, go back home, do uni. Like, I'm finishing my degree, sit at my computer all day, and then I go pick the kids up. And now he's just at home bothering me. And I'm like, what are you doing here?
Go away.
Go away.
It's called a honey-do list. My fiance leaves me with one daily.
No, so Jace is like a sportsman, but he's not a handyman. So like,
I'm not either.
If there's anything to do in the house, it's honey, can you do this? But I'm honey.
Logan, I have so much sympathy that your hot footballer husband is around the house with all the time and attention to give you at the moment.
And the kids are at
It's
school.
really bad for you. Yeah, with the kids at school.
I know.
I imagine that must be so hard for you.
And who is this Jonny Fairplay that keeps you up at night?
No, to be fair, all we do is like swap over nap time. So one of us will take the kids in the morning, and then one of us will nap, and then we'll come home, and then the other one nap. So it's really not that interesting. But there's a reason we have 2 kids. So I'll just leave that with you guys.
Waking up from naps, that's where you make a kid.
Yeah.
Hey, are you awake? Hey, are you awake? Hey, are you awake? I am. Laura's like,
Moving on.
Yeah.
look, Laura wants more naps in her life.
Yeah, I do.
These
I
naps
need-
are wonderful.
I do. I'm
Where's my
looking.
nap?
Don't worry, Fairplay. I'm looking.
We'll find. Hey, hit up Laura in her DMs. So just be really aggressive about it.
I don't check the DMs. I'm too scared to enter that territory. I don't check my DMs.
Never check the DMs. So, all right. Well, it's weights and pegs, 20% of your body weight. Suri, 30 minutes in, she's like, yeah, I'm like, guys, you knew I wasn't going to win. Like, is 30 minutes enough to make you think that I tried? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Hey, if I'm Suri, I'm not giving you 30 minutes.
No, she did well. And then
she did great, but I mean, there's no one's beating Parvati.
No one, and it's like, let's just step off because no one's beating Parvati.
And Suri's definitely not beat. Like out of like Luke, maybe there's a world.
No, Janine. I thought it was in Janine.
I mean, if there's a chance that you can like hold in, but if there's not, like, don't like those pegs hurt that much that like you're feeling it for days. Like, don't bother. Like, don't. Bother.
I was beyond proud because like there may or may not have been a conversation going into this season where myself and 2 other people, one of them being Suri, was just like, hey, on the final challenge, I've got this in me. And Suri's like, I'm right there, Fairplay. And then maybe or maybe not, King George is like, you're preaching to the choir. Get ready for a 22-minute final torture chamber.
The shortest challenge ever.
Yeah.
Just saying, could have been good TV. Because the beauty of that is there's no edit. You just watch it from start to finish. Great.
And it's also, there's no obvious winner there in the Fairplay Suri George final challenge. That's an exciting final challenge. I don't know.
It's the greatest final challenge in the history of Australian Survivor.
I agree.
It's 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
Myles, how do you think you would have gone against me and pegs?
Oh, you're flogging me. You're absolutely killing me. I was hopeless. I was so bad at it. I don't have the mental strength. I think Laura could have given me a really good run for her money.
Just to the mind.
Yeah, I think you've got the mind. Like, I don't have the mental thing. I was like, God, I hope Kaylin takes me through. Kaylin's winning this, and I hope he takes me.
I think that's like an advantage of me having ADHD, which obviously didn't get shown a lot in the edit. But like having ADHD, like my disadvantage was like my emotional cap or like my emotional dysregulation would blow, which Myles was on the side of that a lot. Sorry about that, doll. But on the other hand of it, I had this sort of like kind of hyper focus when we got to challenges. I would literally just zone out, and I would be there thinking it was like 20 minutes and be an hour and a half into a challenge, and I would have no idea because I'm so focused on it. So it was like pros and cons of having ADHD. I yell at Myles at camp, but I'm also really good at the immunity challenges.
I want to be in the George Fairplay and Suri challenge. That's the endurance challenge.
That's the one I think. Excuse me. I think that's the one anyone would sign up for. I think. It's almost the participation award. Final torture chamber challenge.
Yeah.
So it's just like whoever correctly stands on like gets set like like a live transition. It's the first one to do a live transition in like 90 seconds.
Why did Luke? We saw Luke leaning against the back of the.
I think you were allowed to lean against it like briefly. Like I think you're allowed to use it to stabilize, but not like get back.
Was that during the live transition?
No, I don't think so. I think
anytime. I think as long as you don't like, if you're on it for 3 seconds, that's you're done. But if like you touch it, it's just like, all right, get off it. Like it's like in Ultimate Fighting, like when you're against the cage, it's like, all right, you got if you don't move, we're gonna you're done.
We had it on our challenge. We weren't allowed to. I was actually leaning against the bamboo to try and get I was in a really funky position, and they yell out, "Myles, get off the bamboo!" And so I wasn't able to hold that position. Like you're allowed to for a moment use it to stabilize, but I imagine that was the rule there. It's like, hey, you can lean back against it to restabilize, but just no
for a hot second, and then if you abuse that, then it's like, okay, you're out.
The balance factor in this challenge is really interesting. Like it actually, because most of the time the peg challenges aren't hard to balance on. It's just a pain thing. But these ones actually looked really tricky to hold your balance on.
Yeah.
Well, it's the weight factor as well that you've got to control, whether you put that in your biceps or your straight arms or above. Like that's where it comes into like being really like super tricky.
Oh, yeah.
I think Luke was at a disadvantage as well, being really tall. I'm going to be honest. I think his height actively worked against him here. Like there were a few times he's like hunched over. I think if you're shorter there, you get a better angle at everything.
Yeah, and like Suri and Luke, where I feel at just like the weight distribution is working against. Like Parvati's like, I weigh nothing. I am a balance queen, and I separate my mom.
Yeah, that's why I thought Janine might do a little bit better because they're. But
Janine's also like 60 years old, right? Like that's you just inherently. No. I'm not like obviously.
No, but she is.
It's just if you're 60, it's going to be rougher, right? Like you're going to have a rougher time.
She doesn't.
Myles is just yoga. This is what we love about
It's
him.
not a dig. She is.
It's not a dig.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but Parvati also like teaches yoga retreats.
Yeah. Well, she ran a gym, didn't she, for a while?
Yes. So like it wasn't a juicing challenge. It wasn't a buy out your competition challenge.
Yeah. It was made for this. Yeah.
So no, this was like if this could have been sponsored, it would not have been sponsored by Boost. It would have been sponsored by Parvati's yoga class. Sign up here, and it's like, oh, check out my newest thing for my yoga class, guys. You're gonna love it. And Suri's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah,
Suri.
Suri's like, Parv, I didn't go to your yoga class in America. You really think I'm gonna do it here in Samoa?
Yeah. This challenge was just made for Parv, but these final challenges always are, and I think you could have assumed
they should have planned for that in advance.
We always know that the Australian Survivor challenges, like the last one, is an endurance challenge, which is why you have to be so careful and selective of who you take.
They should have known that was going to be the final challenge,
which is why it's very confusing why they sent away Shawnee
or Lisa.
Yeah, very very confusing.
Suri should have taken Lisa. She would have beaten Lisa in that challenge.
Yeah. Is this one of the worst, the most torturous final challenges we've seen in Australian Survivor? Because like,
no.
Yeah, that's right. Because I have
Reigns versus Brawn, George's one.
We did
George's
one is the worst. I reckon.
There was the one
we did these pegs for a sausage sizzle.
What's the one where Brian?
No, but the pegs weren't as skinny. I don't think.
It was like the tide was like
like around the thing.
It was like the three of them on those pegs.
2017 when the water's coming in and spraying them.
Getting washed away by the tide.
As well? Yeah, I don't think this is the worst at all. I think there's been.
But I feel like
there's this one where they churn the wheel.
Brutal, but I
don't think that was actually as hard.
Yeah.
George's one I think is the roughest.
I don't think this is. I think this is probably tougher than Ferris's and tougher than George's second one.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was possibly tougher than mine as well, because I don't know. Ours. It's different to ours. I think it's probably similar level of difficulty to ours, but it's I agree. George's second one and Ferris's one I think are probably easier than it.
if timing were not an issue, I feel like because I feel like there was just so many moving parts here with the 16-day format and everything else.
Yeah.
This challenge is a lot cooler at night, and as Parvati said, just set the fucking things on fire. Let's see.
Yeah, well, Champions vs Contenders 2, that's the Harry challenge. They do the same. They do it at night, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Baden wins that.
I don't think we did any night challenges. Hey,
No, but I remember Ferris and Mark
You
saying
did
that
no night
we
challenges.
did. You did.
but that their thing had fire and they were getting really, really hot because the fire was really close to them. So they're sweating and their hands are slipping because the fire was really close to their face on that big churning thing. And I remember Ferris saying made it so much harder because of all the fire.
Did we
I
see
think they should
Tommy
have fire.
fight on the jury? Was it really hot on the jury or
No.
something? Tommy
Why?
was sweating.
Tommy, you've been
Because
to
he had a
Travel
fucking
before?
poncho.
Yeah, because he's got a wool poncho that he
Why
you
was
know
he wearing
he's
a poncho?
hiding out in Mexico in.
Also, but why wasn't he allowed that
Sweating.
poncho on the beach? Like
Didn't he have a
that
poncho?
would have been my
He
wardrobe.
possibly was and just didn't bring it, like, who knows?
He was sweating bullets and it's hot at Tribal.
Well, I mean, I the mullet also increases the heat index, I believe. there's a lot.
Finland in Samoa, I'm sure that would have been hard.
There's a lot working against Tommy just in everyday life, guys. All right, let's. We got the guy. We love Tommy, and he didn't get the love story that he wanted with Parvati, so nothing came up Millhouse.
I have opinions on that. But
You
Yeah,
think
we'll
he
get
was
there.
interested in Parvati?
well, no, it's more about all the questions that people asked Parvati.
We'll get there later.
We'll get there. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're down to the final pegs. We hear Luke, and an hour and 48 minutes in, Parvati wins. Parvati has never won a final immunity. Once again, this is her best season she's ever
Yeah,
played.
because Australia is endurance final immunity, and US is always some finicky technical one.
Samotion.
It's emotion.
Where they have to hold things.
All the stack things and hold the pole.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I really like the final endurance challenges. I think it reduces randomness in the game. Well, it reduces randomness in the game because everyone knows what they're playing for, and it's just awesome.
Yeah. I feel like I would play in an endurance challenge in like the final 3 or final 4.
Yeah.
It's a better visual.
Yeah,
I would
totally.
rather
Right.
watch someone straining, struggling, and just showing
More of a
everything they
mental game.
have, and
Yes.
versus I put the ball in correctly. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then you're the best.
You want people to lose because they didn't want it enough, as opposed to they messed up the whole technical thing.
Yeah.
Like as much as obviously I'm really glad with what happened, I think it's good that I didn't win because I don't have the mental game of like Kaylin and AJ, and because of that I drop out. I think that's good. I think that's a good way that the final challenge should work. The person who wants it the most should win, and like that often happens in these challenges.
I'm thinking of Christy and Lee holding up against that thing, and Christy just begging him to come off.
Yeah, iconic.
So we're back on the island. Parv and Sari think Luke wins over the jury. I'm like, in some aspects, but not for money or the title of Sole Survivor. Sari will lose fire to Luke. You are correct. Janine did promise Luke final 3, but Luke did not tell Janine about his idol. And Sari says, hey, folks, if you want to see Sari be Sari, hold my beer. Janine, you know what a good deal is. You're a smart businesswoman. She goes, I do, in fact, know what a good deal is, and I love them.
Yeah. Janine goes, oh, someone's mentioned business deals? Have I told you about my career?
Yes. Do we have 90 minutes before we leave for Tribal? I just want to talk to 3 real quick about my business deals.
All the businesses I own.
80 minutes. We only have 80 minutes. All right, I'm going to give you this a Cliff Notes version. Sorry, I only have 80 minutes. Sorry, we have to get ready for Tribal. So meanwhile, we see Luke practicing fire with a Harry Potter wand, which is nice. I don't even think he was using
But I
flint.
love that throughout this, there was no question of Parv and Sari splitting, even though those two are like the bigger targets. It's bizarre to me that they were just not going to split, even though
I wouldn't have split if it was me and Sari. Like that's how close me and Sari are. I wouldn't like. It's just like sorry. I like this is.
But I love that for them. I'm so glad that their Survivor soulmate can like do that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, like me and Myles were talking, like, if Myles went back, he's already won, so he feels the chances of winning are so minimalized that it's like, all right, who do I want to win? Where it's me, I've never won, but I kind of have like winner status. Like there's 13 Hall of Famers in the history of U.S. Survivor. I'm one of the 13. I'm good. I got the smoke show fiance. I have a pinball machine. Life is good. I'm fine.
Yeah.
So if I were out there and and I'm there with King George, I want King George to get his win.
That's really nice.
Well, for me, I'd still fight to win, but it's more that like I'm going to be happy putting myself in potentially losing situations. Like I'll go to final 3 with like someone I like in a challenge beast, knowing I'll probably lose. I'll give my all at the challenge, but if you lose, you lose. Or I'll go to final 2 with someone that I think probably beats me, but I'm going to give my all in the final pitch and see if I win. If I win, I win. If I lose, right? Like I think it's more.
No one's taking you to 2, Myles. No one's taking you to 2.
You're not taking me to 2, Laura?
I'm not taking you to 2. But you're going to take me to 3.
She's already said first boot, Myles. Jeez.
I didn't say that. Logan said that.
Oh, all right. And you weren't invited over for the sleepover, but neither was I.
Oh, tragic.
All right. I couldn't have fit you all.
I was about to sleep over at my house.
Yeah.
We're close.
Yeah.
We're close.
All right. Well, going into tribal, it all comes down to Janine. She's either going to be the godmother or the fairy godmother. And I'm like, hey, Luke, there's a Luke Toki we've been missing for 3/4 of the season.
Yeah.
The funny one-liners that make sense. I love those. They're great.
I got another smart.
This was very. Yeah, not a smart move on Janine's part. But anyway, all right, it's tribal. Shawnee looking beautiful. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. So
Sarah
Sarah
looking beautiful.
Stunning.
I love Kirby's outfits as well. Very funky. Kirby's rocking a lot of very
That's
funky
the
outfits.
tribal.
this was Shawnee's first appearance, so I wanted to see the Shawnee of it. So I will showcase everyone in the final journey.
Shawnee's outfit was amazing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so it was very, very giving.
To be completely fair, not in any competition with our jury. No, it's going to be so fair. Our jury stacks against.
Well, we had Paulie. They have no one who compares to Paulie. Paulie was in the whole league of his own.
Paulie was the soul of it all.
Man. How dare you? I started that jury.
No, you
slayed.
I
started the level that everybody else had to meet.
That was the beginning of the glow up.
Yeah.
That's where the glow up started.
Dirt. You'd be surprised what I can look like when I get a couple hours sleep.
I love it. I love it. So, well, this is the most special of Survivor, the most special Survivor Parv's ever had. And I'm just like, oh, Jeff Probst is punching the screen right now. It's just like, we gave you $1 million.
Do you think he's watching?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, surely. Like, you have to be. Like, as much as I know he hates Australian Survivor, like, he has to be watching Australia versus the World.
You know what? All right. Remember we talked about that little floating around email that, we gotta maybe a little more true to it than we think. Because it was officially debunked by Ozzy yesterday. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's true. Because he's always the last in the loop. There may be some, because think about this. Paramount Plus, it's content.
Yeah.
The world of streaming services is content. They tried the challenge thing. No one cared about the challenge. Everyone cares about Survivor. Yeah. Why wouldn't Paramount Plus produce
I do watch the challenge on Paramount Plus.
Do you?
I do.
Well, I did too, but no one else. We were at 2 people doesn't keep a streaming service or a show going on a streaming service. Trust me. So
listen, the entire comments. Where can we watch this in the US? How can we watch this in the US?
There's links in the bio. There's links in the bio.
Channel 10 was smart. They would have linked with Paramount Plus to stream it through them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think moving forward. So and you know what? This might not it could if this rumored world yearly world season thing happens by way of Paramount Plus, Jeff gets the executive producer check, he gets the showrunner check, and he doesn't even go out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To be honest, I think that whatever Paramount Plus does here will be the smart move, and we should all respect our new Paramount Plus overlords.
We love them. We love you so much. We love you so much.
And
We love you. We love you. We love you.
and JLP's the host, right?
Whatever
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
from us, whatever you want.
I'm there.
We love you.
Yeah. But how perfect. I mean, like we have the Golden God hosts Australian Survivor proper,
Yeah.
and then we have the World Survivor, and JLP's the host.
This is
Win,
Survivor
win, win.
Utopia. Yeah, you're talking about Survivor Utopia here, and I feel like these things. This is a dream that I am hopeful for, but I'm not getting my hopes up because I feel like that is the ideal world of
is the
Survivor. I
best
think
case
we're
scenario.
describing.
But
Rumored in your-
if it's the ideal, why would Jeff not pick it up?
Because
I don't.
Jeff
I
is-
honestly, I feel it's
No, there
there is a lot less rumor and innuendo and a lot more real than we all thought when we saw that.
yeah,
Is
I really wrote it
the
off.
latest rumor and innuendo.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm for it. Once again, you know where my loyalties lie. Hold on. For
And I'll see you out there.
I'm never playing against you again, Myles. Ever.
My loyalties lie right here, folks. That is my motherland. We're all good. So, all right. So let's get to it. Sri informs JLP she is a 5-time survivor. Janine says she is sticking with what she said, and I'm like, Janine, you have said both.
Said a lot of things.
I think Janine's stuck to what she said, having said both quite a few times this season.
Yeah.
She said she's played a very loyal game, but she has been loyal to Luke, but her general she has been. She's lied a lot. Everyone lies in Survivor. I think the concept of a loyal game is kind of just inherently flawed. You can be
Loyal
loyal
to the person sitting next to you, but
Yeah.
not the loyal to the people that you're claiming a loyal game to is just
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Claiming loyalty
to people that you've just voted
Yeah.
out is so
to the jury
Yeah.
when you voted them out is probably one of the worst things that you could say to the jury.
Yeah, I was loyal to my friend, but I fucked you over and relished in it. But
But
I was
claim
loyal.
claim it.
I'm so loyal to our team, but I screwed you over and put you on the jury. How is that
Yeah.
going to put them on your side?
Yeah.
So,
It
well, we're
also
not
just
even-
screams I was playing my game for this other person. I was
Yes.
loyal, I stayed strong to this other good player. So
Yeah.
and so vote for him, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah.
So well, it is indeed time to vote, and Sari votes Luke, and she was just like, "Look, I don't want to do this. This is my only chance." Blah blah blah. I think Sari really liked Luke. We
totally.
saw the jacket of it all and everything else. But if you notice their exchanges and interplays throughout the season, I think they're both just chill people that just they vibe. There's just something about yeah.
I think my question is obviously, so we have the Parvati Sari 2 vote, and then we have Janine and Luke voting separately. Why did they pick Luke instead of Janine?
Because Luke is a jury threat. I think it's just that simple. Luke is, first of all, there's the whole money thing with Janine. I think Luke has the whole story. He's more social. By all accounts, Janine is actually pretty quiet around camp and wasn't the most socially outgoing with everyone, while Luke is kind of having a good time with everyone kind of person. And he's the big name.
And they have a deal with Janine, and I'm sure Luke is if I'm Parv or Sari, I'm just like, hey, would you do this? But I feel like he's just like, no, I feel like I've turned against my country enough so far.
But wouldn't you want to send the person like Sari into fire with someone she could actually beat?
Right.
No, but the point isn't to put her against someone she can beat. The point is to take out someone who's a genuinely big jury threat, right? Luke is a much larger jury threat than Janine is. Janine is never taking any jury.
Wouldn't you want Sari coming back to you in final 3 rather than Luke coming back to you?
Yeah. No,
No, I don't think keeping Suri is worth having Luke around. Because in fact, for Parvati, you've essentially got two big jury threats if you've got Suri and Luke, right? So you're getting rid of Luke, or in a worst case scenario, you lose Suri, which sucks.
Like
but you're
letting someone else take out Suri so that she doesn't have to.
Yeah, that too. Like Janine is the person who clearly everyone wants to sit next to. Like that.
Yeah.
I get that. But I also, like, we saw it like 2 episodes ago where Shawnee is clearly saying to people she's a keynote speaker. She does it for fun, like kind of like talking up how big her like final tribal.
Yeah, but it was all a lot. Like
that was her trying to blow smoke up the idea of voting out Janine. I don't think there was anything serious.
Yeah, no. Like if you want to know why you should take Janine to the final 3, just allow Janine 90 minutes to explain why.
Yeah.
Why you shouldn't take Janine to the final 3, and she'll explain why you need to take Janine to the final 3.
Yeah.
And she would also like the extra 20 minutes.
Do you think, say, for example, say the final 3 is Parvati, Suri, and Luke?
I think Parv's still winning.
Who's winning?
I think Parv's
still winning, but I think Luke's got a way better chance. Suri's pulling it, like at least Suri's at least pulling Lisa and possibly other votes away from Parv.
Right? Suri's pulling votes from Parv.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Luke's still getting Sarah, and I also really thought Luke was going to get Shawnee. I was really surprised that he didn't. Luke's getting Sarah and has a decent chance at least of getting Shawnee. Janine probably isn't getting. Janine's clearly not getting Sarah based on what we see, and probably not getting Shawnee either, right? Like you're taking Janine in final 3 over Luke. Anyway.
Who was it that said the question that was so brazen? It's like, who do you think is giving you?
Yeah, Cass.
Oh, Cass. I love that question.
Brazen. I loved it.
We'll get to that later. We're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead. Slow down.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry.
Well, Luke finally spelled Suri's name correctly. Thank you.
It only took having it written down like 6-7 times throughout the season.
Yeah. Well, if at first you don't succeed. Well, it's a tie vote. Janine doesn't care about the money or title of Soul Survivor, even though later she doubles down on the doesn't care about the money, but she does care about the title. Anyway, we're going to fire, and although we deserve a fire showdown in the greatest season in the history of Survivor, as we were told 28 times, is it still kind of potentially anticlimactic? Because in that
fire battle.
Okay, let's just say it's like Luke destroys Suri. It didn't happen, but let's say Luke destroys Suri, and then Parvati wins with 1 vote. Like that's kind of it's linear.
What happened was a really exciting fight.
The Survivor gods intervened, and they were like, put that fan on Luke.
They were screaming at the TV.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was one of the best fire-making challenges I've seen. They were like a roller coaster.
And Luke literally losing his mind. Like Luke was stacking the kindling, and then literally just puts the stack tied up in a rope and it's like set on my.
He was stifling his flame as well. He was like stacking it on top of each other. There's like the triangle of fire. You've got fuel, oxygen.
Can I say something I've observed this season? They are putting less kindling into the stacks than they have in previous season. So if you remember, Grand Fest of Brawn 1 and yeah, you know what
I said? Watching the kindling, as someone, if I was doing it, if I had the time to do it, I would have been snapping or trying to cut that kindling in half because it's so thick to catch.
Yeah, less husk. So if you remember, there's been a few fire-making challenges in the past in Australian Survivor where people have dumped husk really quickly to just kind of get it up really quickly. They visibly don't have a lot of husk. They don't have a lot of husk to add. It's been the case in the other fire-making challenge they did earlier this season, which was really interesting to me. And they had to conserve their husk and build, which makes for better fire-making because they need to build it up more from first principles. You've only got X amount of husk. And also you could see once the husk was going out, they couldn't just chuck more on. They were having to get the fire going again. Yeah,
you know why, right?
Why?
the husk tariffs that we put on here in America.
No, Trains versus Brawn 1, Danny was making fire and just put a bunch of husks
That was
on it.
literally what I was thinking about. Just
And
then,
it was
but
like, well, that was shit. Like, because it just
Well,
happened so
That was
quickly.
the worst.
Yeah.
No,
I think Danny ruined it for everyone. It was just like,
Yeah.
hey, here's all my
Yeah.
here's all my lighter fluid.
You have to conserve your hearts, but all I could see in that challenge was the kindling that they used was so thick.
very
So
thick.
the
Yeah.
amount of time that it would take for that husk to catch onto that kindling would be so long. Like they were thick kindling. They're not small sticks. Like it would be difficult for that to catch quickly, which is why I think there was like a lengthy competition between it, because it would take a while. Like it would take
all I could see was Sri at her best and Luke at his worst. And it was brilliant.
Johnny, can I tell you an interesting fact? You know, Logan is one of the best fire makers on our season.
I
Logan
believe
is
it.
a genuinely killer fire maker.
And Reddit's going to go insane with all of her talk of thickness and length.
I honestly, though, this is one of the few compliments that Myles gives me, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
and challenge beast.
out of everyone, there was Karen, myself, and Kaylin on our tribe, and we were the only ones that made fire from nothing. And I'm very good at making fire.
Yeah, Logan's a
Get
demon fire maker.
The one of
I
the
grew up in the country, baby. I grew up in the country.
one of the Survivor Instagram groups, they posted the thing of the owl man making the fire with the glasses.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this
Like
is
that.
so amazing, blah blah blah. And it's just like
It's so hard.
I googled it beforehand, obviously, because we like Myles and I obviously wear glasses. So I like googled it, and they're like it depends on the concave or convex, depend like on your glasses. And like for me, mine wouldn't have worked.
It also depends on if Ozzy sneaks in a magnifying glass sewn into the hem of his shorts.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
So there's also that part of it.
Johnny, if you went back on again and you like had to sneak anything back in, what would you sneak in?
Yeah, what are you keystering?
Wow. A joint.
I'm in the game though. I would sneak in, like I would sew in like Valium.
Yeah, sleeping
for like
pills.
the first few days, because we did not sleep the first few days.
I have no trouble sleeping Survivor home. If I lay my head down, like on I was the first to fall asleep, the last to wake up, like every day.
That was me too.
So but like I just feel like day 20 is just like just maybe some shit goes awry but you get out of it. You're like, you know what? A joint right now would be real good. Let's that would be it.
Legal here. Wish it was legal here.
Yeah, weed's not legal. You guys don't have I've smoked plenty of weed in Australia.
Yeah, they're not.
No, you
strict
haven't.
on
Allegedly.
Yeah. What's wrong with weed?
Nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. No. It's just not legal. So allegedly, you might have.
Well, as soon as
George,
the
Paramount Plus overlords are listening.
as soon as George gets weed legal in Bankstown, and then taxes the casinos to fix their curbs and gutters, it's going to be wonderful. We're going to spread it out. So Earth is next. All right. All right. Let's see. Jonathan does not say licking the rope.
Doesn't he?
No.
Well, they didn't say pointy end of the game either.
I know. You know what? This could be the worst season.
They could have cut it. We don't know.
But how do you take that out of his final time? Because it's not his final time. There we go. I so needed licking the rope in my life.
One more time.
So no, we did not get it. So Suri was in it, and the tribe has spoken, and we get a damn. And I felt like in this moment, JLP understood the Suri of it. Like he is just like
he got it.
He knew.
There is a reason Suri is one of the greatest players in the history of Survivor worldwide. There is a reason people want to see Suri win. There is a reason Suri is here on this season. And I just thought just that exchange between the two is just like Jonathan's like, oh yeah, this like if she wasn't the first call, she should have been, and we all get it.
I think it's also like nice. Obviously, like the final three don't get their torches snuffed, but the last person to get their torch snuffed by JLP is Suri.
Yeah.
Like kind of like
Wow.
So cool.
kind of a nice moment.
So cool.
It's kind of cool. Like
Wow.
if I was
wonder if she knows that.
If I was JLP, I'm thinking like when my time finishes on Survivor, who's the last person I'd want to staff? Suri would be up there.
Wow. How cool. I'll let Suri know. So I would. It's
Yeah,
so,
also let her know that we love her so much.
Let her know that I exist.
I will.
I'm Lisa. I am Lisa. I'm obsessed with you.
Hold on. Let me.
I'm not going to lay my game down on the line
No,
for Suri,
I won't
but,
lay my
but we
game
do love
down.
her.
I'll do it. Tell her I'll do it.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Hold on.
Who are you texting?
Suri. I'll see if she wants to jump on. She might be. I don't know if she's awake now.
No way, she'll-
She's probably working. She's like, girl, I ain't waking up 7 a.m. to watch this shit.
Don't jumpstart my heart like that.
Whoops.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Tragic.
All right. Let's see. So we see we're back on it's the next day. We see Parv with butterflies. I'm like, wow, look at you guys. You guys have butterflies.
AJ's butterfly tree.
That was in my intro shot, the butterflies.
Yeah, the butterfly tree.
Yeah. The Samoan butterflies are real sweet.
You better be texting Suri and be like, get on this chat ASAP.
Yeah. Get on this chat for 1 minute.
She's just gonna get bombarded by
No.
All right, wave.
Myles was like,
She's gonna be like, who the hell are these people?
he won. Say the winner. And us.
She hasn't watched Brains versus
Yeah.
Brawn too.
Yeah,
Doesn't
she
need
did.
to.
She knew
Whoa.
Kirby.
Yeah, but that film before her, before.
Yeah, they literally
Oslo.
filmed
Straight
like
after.
10
Yeah.
days after we wrapped up.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
My cheeky text to DF being like, hey, I know I'm 58 kilos, but if George rolls an ankle or something, I'm here.
You would have died, Myles. You would have been dead.
All right, we'll see if she
Yeah.
jumps on. All right, I
Totally.
sent it. So, well, Parv is sad about Suri, and that was good to hear. I was just like, oh, please tell me. I was like, yeah, she's sad. She wasn't just faking it. So it was real. And guess what? It's brunch, and you know it's brunch because there's champagne.
Yeah.
Always.
And officially, according to The Simpsons, it must also it must also have cantaloupe, but it did not. So, but I will say champagne is enough for brunch.
What's
I have to say, I don't.
melon. Rock
It's
melon.
like a melon.
What melon?
It's the orange melon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Myles?
Yeah, rock melon.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't think any of the food stuff has hit as hard this season, knowing that it's like for us, for Kaylin and I, right? Like the final day feast was something special because we are so desperately.
You're bad.
Yeah,
When
we,
AJ
like
cried
Kaylin,
because of eggs.
But also,
genuinely,
especially Kaylin, though.
Yeah,
Kaylin
Kaylin
was the
won
least
nothing.
rewarded. Out of the entire season, it was Kaylin and then me that were the least rewarded. For
and then me,
3
no one
months.
took me on post-merge rewards other than the
You had
I also,
more than me, though. You had.
I know
more
I
than
did.
me.
You and Kaylin were the worst, but I was also having a rough time as well. But
Yeah, the food
yeah,
doesn't hit as hard knowing that they've been away for 2 weeks.
Mm.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like like when they had the auction and whatnot, and everyone's like, oh, I don't care about the sandwich. Like,
Yeah. That's
Well,
crazy.
they get the brunch thing and they're like, it's
Like,
spiced.
this is nice.
It's spiced perfectly. And I'm like, yeah, because that's what I was worried about when I, it's just like, yeah. So I'm dying over here. It's just like, but is it spiced correctly?
I think the funny thing is like obviously in like the new era of US Survivor, they don't even get like rice and beans and stuff. So the US players coming
they
into,
are genuinely really hungry.
Mhm.
yeah, that like on the new era, genuinely like super hungry. But coming into this game, they're provided rice and beans. So they're like, who cares about a reward? Like, there's no reward challenge. Like, who cares? Like, Like
Yeah.
we've got
I mean, I'm
ranks and
fine
beans
with that
on
though,
there.
because that's how they get people like Janine and Parvati and Tony
Mhm.
back who aren't going to
Mhm.
do it otherwise, right? Who don't want to put their body through that. So like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. I don't actually care about them having
The food
food
meme.
and not being that hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we have any reward challenges on this season?
Bar
The auction.
reward and the auction, I think.
Which
and
one?
the first
What
one.
was the first one?
The
Sorry.
spa reward.
Bar reward.
The spa reward that destroyed Tommy's game.
Apparently, yeah.
As I said, the pipeline from the Spa Award being voted out, strong.
Strong with this one.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah,
Literally,
Logan was watching Cass and being like, girl, I relate.
I literally watched Cass and Tommy, and I was like, be
They're
careful.
going.
Been there.
Been
Yeah.
there. The last day of like me on Survivor, had a Spa Award, next day voted out. Cass,
Yeah.
Tommy, Spa Award, voted out. Same location.
Alex on Titans versus Rebels, Spa Award,
Yeah.
Gonski.
There you go.
There's a
Fucking-
pipeline. There's a
Oh.
pipeline.
Actually,
You know who-
Danny and Flick and Brains versus Brawn, Spa Award next one to go is Danny.
I'm telling you, there's a mental shift. There is a
Mm.
mental shift when you get clean, have a nice bed to sleep in. Like when you step away from the game for 24 hours, 12 hours, whatever it is, get yourself clean, brush your teeth, like get to talk with just a couple of people and like are able to chill like for a hot minute. And then you have to put yourself back in the game. It puts you at a disadvantage. I can promise you that.
Mm.
There is a disadvantage doing that.
Don't go on
And
the
we
spa
have
reward.
seen this. Like, if we look at the pipeline from Spa Awards to who gets voted out, I haven't checked the numbers. Myles, you're a numbers guy more than I am, but I can guarantee that it'll be on my side of they will get voted out.
Let's get the stats on that.
Me
I
and
think it's-
Burton.
Someone get the stats for me.
Me and
Yeah.
Burton left. He won the car reward, and
Yeah.
we went to go do that. And right before we left, because it was me, Burton, and Lil. We had that
Yeah.
locked in, and the next to go was going to be Sandra.
Andrew, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and right before we left, Burton pulls Lil aside. It's like, hey, we're about to leave. Everything's good. When we get back, we're gonna change it from Sandra to Dara because she's been on an immunity run that protects us. I just wanted to fill you in. All right, we're gonna leave now with this great bit of information that you can process and talk with Dara and Sandra about. Okay, bye. And so we get out there, and I'm just like, all right, everything's good. Like, Lil, status quo, nothing's changed. He's like, oh, no, I let her know that we're going to change. And I'm like when? And he was like, oh, no, right before we left. Like, literally, I had 90 seconds, probably not even enough time to fully explain it. But I told her, and then we got on the boat and left. And I was just like,
Johnny, do you know there's a car reward curse for Australian
Yeah.
Survivor?
they just
Well, it's
did an
not
article
first
here.
Australian Survivor. US Survivor has.
No,
Yeah.
Australian
The
Survivor.
same curse in the
Australian
US.
Survivor, there's a car reward curse.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it's the same in the States. It started
Is it?
from the States.
Yeah,
Started
started
from
in
the States, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think
Who
that's
who is this Etsy witch? If you're watching, Etsy witch, calm down.
I want a car.
Stop it.
I want a
Stop
car.
it.
But yeah, I think the simple thing for those reward dynamics is that if you're going in a minority, which a lot of the time you are, you've got 3 people out of 7 or 4 people. Like you had 3 people out of we had 3 people out of 8 on our season. You are inherently at a disadvantage if you're leaving a bunch of people back, and also inherently the people who are deciding who comes and goes are often the people at the top of the hierarchy, and it spells the hierarchy out really clearly. So it's just a shit spot to be in. Like you don't want to be. I don't think necessarily going is the issue. I think being the person selecting and being in that person's alliance is the issue.
Yeah.
So
And to be
Kristen
honest,
is the issue when you're working with Kristen.
most of those awards as well, they don't have a advantage or an idol there. It's back at camp. So when you're there, you're away from it. You're away from everyone mingling. You're away from being able to find an idol to do anything. I remember ripping that reward apart to the point where like Morgan was like, Logan, you need to stop. And I was like, I need to find it. And she's like, there's nothing here. And I was like, spoke to production afterwards. They're like, okay, if there was nothing there, where else would it be? And I'm like,
The jungle rat has it.
I don't know. Miles has got his 3D printer in the bloody jungle, so maybe it's there.
Is that what you would shove up your ass, Miles?
Yeah, I'd bring. No, it's a metal detector, a little metal
Metal
detector.
detector.
So I'd run around in the jungle with my metal detector. Going.
I feel like a 3D
beep, beep,
printer
beep,
would fit easier.
beep.
Tomato. It's
Yeah.
it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. All right. Let's see. So going into tribal, we have Janine explaining how good she is at public speaking. If only she was as good at Survivor as she was as she thinks she is at public speaking. See, I didn't. Wow, did she shit the bed in public speaking? But we'll get there. All right. So it is final tribal speeches. Parv reveals she did not read the third line of the knowledge is power advantage, to which Cass is like, oh, wow, girl, you had me, but now you extra have me.
Yeah.
I am like that was
That's
the
a winning
move.
line.
I think that
That's
was the winning. Yeah, that was the winning claim.
winning line. We all said that watching tonight.
Yeah.
That was a winning line.
Yeah.
And to which she follows with, not only did I fuck you over, Cass, and I say it with love, and she's like, oh, well, you're cute, I'm cute, it's fine. She goes, and then Luke gives me complete control of his game, to which Luke goes, yes, I did. And I'm like, oh my God, what is happening here?
Yeah.
There's a little thing as well that I noticed. Parvati at one point, when she's talking about the final 7 vote, she talks about the fact that she marshals her troops, Janine and Luke. And there are a few times I picked up on this throughout the thing where she uses rhetoric to put herself as the person in charge. And she's always talking about utilizing like her numbers, and she's putting Luke and Janine in her numbers, essentially, inherently putting them like lower down rhetorically. Sorry. Yeah, it was really impressive. I thought Parvati's speech was genuinely flawless. Like, I think it's easy to have a good speech when you're running downhill. Like, I know that better than anyone. Like, if you have the better game, it's very easy to pitch that game. But I don't think she made a single mistake with her speech.
No. Where's Janine?
Go ahead.
Janine was literally leading some of those charges. It was
yeah.
You know,
she had claim to them and then handed them to
Straight
Luke.
to Luke,
Yeah.
And then Barbara's like, that was mine, and she was, and it was like, okay, and it was like, oh, all right, what you saying?
Now you just handed it to Luke. So
Luke's falter is the ripped advantage was mentioned 2 or 3 times, and the entire time it was mentioned, he did not claim the fact that he twisted it to the point where he got her to do that on his own. Like he took advantage of Parvati, and it was not spoken about at tribal. I mean, we don't get to see everything, but
still,
from what we see, it was not spoken about, and that is not a game-winning move for Luke, but it's an incentive. It is a huge thing for him, and all we hear about is Luke got her to rip it up. Why did you rip it up? What was the reason behind it? How did you get her to do that? We didn't hear any of that.
How did you convince her to give you half of the paper?
How did you do that? We didn't hear any of that at all.
I will say one thing about Janine's pitch is I did feel like her pitch was pretty heavily edited. And obviously we know better than anyone that these final tribals are pretty long and they're heavily edited. I am interested to know what
half an hour before we got to ask questions. So just so you know how edited it is.
So I am interested to know what Janine's full pitch was, if she did, because I thought her pitch was just really bad, unfortunately. But I am interested to know if it was better, if there was more detail about her game than was shown. But also the fact that no one voted for her and everyone seemed pretty negative about her suggests that it probably wasn't that much better than what was shown.
She had things to claim to, and Sarah gave her the perfect opportunity to claim, pitting Sarah and Kirby against each other and taking themselves both out of the game. That could have been Janine's move.
But she didn't
claim it. She didn't stand there and go, you know what, Sarah, I did turn you against Kirby, and then that made Kirby into the biggest threat ever that I then got out by convincing Suri.
That's your time to claim that.
She had claim. And then actually, like said to Sarah, I'm going to back down. I'm going to back down.
It went to you betrayed Australia. Like you're Benedict Arnold. Like we like banished her from the country.
I love Luke's reaction. Luke's reaction was really funny, where he goes, "You're the reason why Australia broke apart."
Claim it. Say yes, I did.
Yeah,
that was me.
Claim
Turned
it.
the first Australian against the second
Because
Australian.
you have the best of the best in the world sitting on that jury.
Claim it.
Claim it. They're
Yeah,
not going to be insulted by emotion. They're not going to hold it against you. It's not grudges. They are
Yeah.
respecting game. So
Yep.
claim
Yeah.
it. Claim it.
Wrong jury to pitch loyalty to.
Yeah,
Each of them
crazy
has won
choice
by
there.
betraying the people around them. Wrong jury to pitch loyalty to, and anybody could have guessed that. Loyalty is not the game-winning move.
Yeah, and for those of you watching at home and that have not played or watched Survivor, or been a part, like just regular tribal is forever. Final jury is the longest day of your entire life.
Yeah.
But I will say this as far as the edit goes, on Brains v Brawn 1, going into the final tribal council, JLP tweeted, "You're about to witness one of the greatest final jury speeches I've ever seen in the history of Australian Survivor." And then the chop job they did to George,
Yeah.
JLP watched the episode and deleted the tweet. He was just like, "Well,
Oh,
I guess you won't be seeing the greatest final jury speech I've ever seen because they didn't show it."
That final jury between Hayley and George would have been incredible.
Amazing. I think the thing that like people at home don't realize is like every tribal that we go to, you see maybe if it's a long tribal, 20 minutes. Every tribal we go to is over an hour. Sometimes it's 2 hours. It's a long time that we're there. They are taking the smallest snippets of what we say to fold it into what happens. So it is really, really hard to see the entirety of what happens at tribal. So I get it from JLP stance of like, this is incredible. This has been amazing. But if the producers are like, nah, we're going to cut it down to this, slightly embarrassing.
I agree with you, Myles, that I think Janine's parts were a bit choppy. It's like there was story that was missing that I think
Janine's
she would have
speech
taken
got weird,
claim
yeah.
to, but I think that if she had like taken claim to the things that she was supposed to, that
would have
the
been
edit showed us she could have taken claim to, then they would have shown that. Do you know what I mean? They showed us the opportunities that she had. They like there was parts when I said to Fairplay, "Welcome to the show, Janine. Like I'm happy you're here." She had claim to things, and so I think that's like if she had said it, they would have showed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
My final jury thing in my first season, like Lil, like I was just furious with Lil. So I just attacked. I was just like, I hate you. You're the worst. Like, when you pass, I'm dancing on your tombstone.
Oh my gosh.
And she is just bawling and she won't stop crying. And they did like 3 tape changes. Like they're just like, all right, she couldn't stop to give an answer. And they're like, Fairplay, I'm like, nope. I'm like, you took $1 million from me. I'm going to take $1 million worth of insults. Here we go.
I think, Myles, if we remember back to our final tribal, it was probably three hours long, I would say.
I've got no. You're asking the worst person by that. My brain, my memory of that.
You had a meal to digest prior, to.
My memory of that night.
As a jury member, I think I would say 3 hours long. So you get the first few pictures. This one would have been harder because there's 3, but for ours there was 2. Both of Myles and Kaylin would have been Kaylin was about 20 minutes and Myles was easily 30 minutes. And then you have to go around every jury member, get an answer, rebuttal question. It is a long time.
But then also they've got less days to talk to.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Can we talk about how good the jury questions were? I think this was one of my favorite set of jury questions that I've ever seen.
Why is that? Why?
Well, because Tommy didn't get the love story that he was promised with him and Parvati, and neither was Kirby.
Every single question to Parv was it real? Was what we had real? Yeah. Every single question was, is it you and me? And that just speaks to her game, but that they've lived in a hotel together now and they still don't know if Parv's like they're feeling these genuine feelings. Tommy and then Cass and Suri and Kirby, all of their questions were, do you love me as much as I love you?
I mean, like we didn't even see Parv played the flirt game with Tommy.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, I'm
That was my thing. That was what I was confused about.
There was a bunch of behind the scenes stuff you could read about, like Tommy and Parvati, like Tommy wanting to work with Parvati and whatnot, and then Parvati like backstabs him. Yeah, so apparently that was more of a thing than was shown. But yeah, I really like the fact, I thought that the questions were all just really like interesting and unique, right? Like I think a lot of the time you get a lot of the same kind of questions recycled at Final Tribal, but I thought a lot of these questions were quite unique. Specifically, can we just talk about Cass's question? Because I think that's one of my favorite questions ever. Like asked. I don't think it's the first time it's been asked. I'm pretty sure it's been asked before of like, who do you think you have on the jury? But I just think it's the best goddamn question you can ask. It is an incredible question.
And Parv answered it incredibly by not actually like saying specifically, but turning it into, if I was there, I would vote for me because of this.
Yeah.
She didn't actually say, I think I have you because of this, and I have this person because of this. She was like, well, if I was on the jury, this is what I would value, and this is what I think you should value too.
Yeah.
Incredible answer.
But it's a question that catches out people who've played good games but are overconfident, right? Like you need to, when you're being asked that question, you need to come into it with a bit of humility, because if you come into it like being cocky and overconfident, that's when you're going to piss some people off and turn some people the wrong way. Like that's a question that makes people lose votes when they shouldn't be, which is like inherently a phenomenal question.
Oh yeah, no, I can imagine. I mean, in your top 50 U.S. players, I could imagine 30 of them shitting the bed on that question.
Totally, 100%.
I mean, like Russell Hantz.
Russell Hantz is not
all of you stupids.
Yeah, but not even Russell. Like
dumb women.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Like,
thanks. How do you spell anyone else's name?
It's a question that needs just a lot of nuance to answer. There's a lot of nuance involved in that, in answering that, because you have to have the right read on the people and what they want to hear. Because no one wants to hear, I think you're voting for me for XYZ reason. So you need to figure out but also if you say no one, then you come off as wishy-washy. That's a shit answer as well.
Myles,
so you need to come up with
here.
Sure.
So this is what I'll give Myles like so much kudos for is, once we were on the jury, Myles was reading the jury every single tribal council. Anytime a question was asked, answered, whatever, he was looking at the jury, looking at who was nodding, who was smiling, who was like holding their shit together. He was reading the jury from the minute the jury started. And that's why Myles was able to control the jury. My question right now is, if it was you and AJ in the final two, and Cass asked you that question, who do you think you would have said was on your side?
So my answer to this, I was literally thinking about this afternoon. It's an easier one against Kaylin. Against AJ, it's a lot harder. Against AJ, I am saying, the first one I'm saying is Laura, and I'm saying because I played the whole game with her and I think she knows my game better than anyone, which I think is the best way you can answer that, is this person knows my game and that's why they're going to vote for me. And the second one that I would say would be Zara, because of the whole stuff that happened at Final 5 and Final 4, because she was really upset by AJ, and I'd come up with some I gave you a chance when the other boys were blocking you out, and then at Final 4 they completely shafted you essentially. And then from that, I'd probably go to a couple of other people and say why I think they'd have reason to vote for me, as opposed to why I think they'd vote for me. So I'd go I'd potentially go to Logan, you, and be like, well, you've played from the bottom, you know how hard it is. I saw how much you struggled, and so I think you'd understand what extra lengths that I had to go to. I'd do the same thing with Paulie, right? So I'd that would kind of be how I'd go about that. But against AJ is a tricky one. Against Kaylin, I think it's a lot easier there, because I'd say the same thing, but I'm not trying to pull votes essentially, because there I am having to try and figure out how am I pulling votes here.
No, absolutely. I just think it was such a great question from Cass that I haven't
great question
seen
for anyone
in many tribal
I
final
don't remember it.
I'm pretty sure it's popped up once before, but I can't remember where.
Yeah, I believe you, but so I don't remember it. And the fact that it's so great, we should why did I not?
South Africa. It popped up in one of the South African seasons. Yeah,
there we go. That's the reason. So no, if you're talking US, I'm just wow, who is so unmemorable that I didn't remember the awesomest question ever asked at Tribal Council.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Good.
So, Kirby's
question.
Kirby, Parv, I wanted to date you. What happened?
Was
To
it
which
real?
Parvati said, I was literally already dating 4 other people.
Yeah. I thought this was the one time Parvati was a little bit shaky with her answer. I think Parvati, I mean, it obviously worked out, but I do think Parvati came off as a little bit wishy-washy in this answer. And I think she probably needed to be more direct of just like, listen, I had 4 people and they were all swinging one way and I was backing my people.
I
I
think
feel
with
like wishy-washy
emotional-
worked.
You go.
Wishy-washy worked here because, like, I think if she had been a little more definitive, I think Kirby's upset.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. It potentially comes off as cold.
Like
Yeah.
came off too emotional, and it's
Yeah,
like, well,
no,
you have
I think
to
you're
be
right.
emotional answer. Then I don't think you can be cutthroat because that's not what Kirby was looking for.
That's a
Kirby
good
was
point. You
looking
make a
for
good
you're
point.
special.
You have to placate the jury, and I
Yeah.
think that's what like a lot of people do struggle with in the final tribal like council is they try and like give off their game and they try and say, I did this, you're sitting on the jury because I did this. But you have to realize that some people might take offense to you sitting there and saying, I did this instead of you, blah, blah, blah. They're the people you're trying to win over. So you have to say in a roundabout sort of way that's like, yes, I did this, I got you out, but still be on my side.
I think she needed to get emotional with it because Kirby was
it's
so
a really
emotional.
interesting dance that you have to do at final
No,
tribal
I
council.
did really like you, baby. I swear, I really liked you, but
Yeah,
just
sorry.
it didn't work out. There was a real
Yes,
connection between
yes.
us, but you know,
It's
it
not
wasn't
you,
the right
me.
time.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cheat. It's just like, they were right there.
Yeah.
Why didn't they show Kirby's follow-up question?
Did she have 2 questions?
Yeah,
was
or if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong. Like, if we were the final 2, not 3, and I propose to you right now, in which I am, what is your answer? Will you marry me? So I feel they really should have shown that, and I'm really curious what the answer was.
To be fair, I do feel bad for Kirby in a way because I do feel like they really, really showed her as someone who was obsessed with Parvati in a way. And I
Yeah.
think they showed her in that way because of the obvious answer that we get that Parvati does win. But I think Kirby had a lot more game in her that wasn't shown.
Yeah. Well, it was shown up until the Parvati.
Yeah.
Yeah, up until Merge, Kirby is an incredibly well-rounded character, like this absolute demon of a player, and then Merge hits, and it's like, oh, Kirby is now the most one-dimensional character in the game.
But I think they did that because they need to show fans that maybe haven't seen Parvati's game before. This is what she does.
This is how good she is. We built up this person as the one to beat, and then she meets Parvati, and wow.
But I do feel bad. I feel like it was very quite diminishing to Kirby's character and how good she is at the game because they made her kind of one-dimensional towards the end of she was just obsessed with Parvati, which I don't think is the case. I think they were both.
I think it was the case. I think they
were both in this
game for Parvati for no reason.
I think both of them have this kind of charisma that they are drawn to each other and work together well. And it got to a point where Parvati was like, okay, I'm cutting this off. But then it made it look like Kirby is obsessed with Parvati, which I don't think is the case.
Kirby's
they were mutually obsessed, but Parvati used that to her advantage.
Yeah, but Kirby is so magnetic for so many reasons, and then they're just showing a different side of Kirby being magnetic that we've not seen her have.
I think Parv was just as like the edit that we saw. Like if Kirby had done the same thing to Parvati, we'd be saying the same thing about Parvati. It's just like, oh my god, what happened to Parvati? Parvati was running the game, and then she fell into the spell of Kirby. So I think
saw that in Parvati's answer to Kirby, where when she explained her answer to Kirby, it wasn't just like
cut dry. It was
it was real, baby. It was real. It was real, baby girl.
I meant it.
Yeah, I mean, it was one night, but I meant it.
It's the Australian Survivor editing style. It's just going to tell the most direct, like unnuanced story it can.
Yeah.
All right. If we reverse this, we have the Parvati edit up to the merge. We have the Kirby edit to the merge. They fall in love. They both fall under each other's spell.
Yeah.
However, Kirby cuts it first.
Yeah.
Is Kirby the greatest survivor of all time?
No. No, because there's something to be said for repeatability.
The legacy of it all.
The legacy, yeah. Parvati has now made 3 final tribals out of her 5 times she's played, and even the other 2 games she played pretty decent games. Like what I think cements Parvati in GOAT status is repeatability here. I think winning twice inherently is just crazy, and I think that puts her at a league above everyone else. And then also that game that Samoa where she should have won and didn't win. Like there's something like anyone can win once. Even people can have like a win and a high placing or whatnot, but once you're at like 2, 3, 4, like once you've hit that level of repeatability, that's not like you look at like the Shonnies, the Lukes, the Cerise, even these guys that haven't won. If you're repeatedly hitting merge and going on these deep runs, like you are objectively a phenomenal player.
And Parv is the first boot.
Yeah.
Parv is the first boot on Micronesia if my jaw's not shattered. I had the vote locked in. Parva's first boot. She was literally hanging out.
Hey, I was first boot. If Indy doesn't blow up her game
until like the 5 minutes before tribal.
Yeah, Indy blows up her game, and then the direction of the season is completely changed. That's Survivor.
That's
Survivor for you, baby. Literally, that's Survivor for you.
Oh, the parallels between me and Parvati continue.
Oh yeah. So if Kirby does cut off the relationship first, she wins. She's top 3.
She goes down.
She goes into contention. The only first-time player coming back on this season and doing what she did. She has cemented herself.
I think she goes into conversation for Australian GOAT. Like I think she goes up there with Haley and David as like in that conversation. But if you're talking worldwide GOAT,
I wouldn't compare US wide, but in terms of Australia, for sure. I think that
Mount Rushmore of Australian players.
I think the differentiation is that she hasn't even watched US Survivor. Yeah. She doesn't know these players. She hasn't studied their game, and that is something like that. As like a super fan of the game, like I don't know that I could have gone into Oz v the World and not studied everyone's season.
Crazy.
I think in hindsight, it hurt her merge.
Me that she went in and was like, do you know what? I'm going to do the exact same thing I did in my season and not watch anything. I'm going to go in, be exactly who I am, and see how like the chips fall.
I think she just backs herself in any situation. She just knows.
Yeah, but I think it hurt her. I think she should, like, especially with how Merge turned out. I think there was a really big problem that Titans versus Rebels was a really unique season. And I think using Titans versus Rebels as a reference point, I think she expected the post-merge period to be a lot more fluid than it was, and it ended up not having that fluidity that Titans versus Rebels had. And I think that really hurt her game. And also just not knowing like who Parvati was and how she played. Like, I think all
that's
of that.
That's why they showed her saying that, right? Because then that's what beat her in the foot.
I just also think like a 16-day game, Kirby is not built for a 16-day game. No. I think Kirby is someone who has to build loyalty and trust with her soldiers. Yeah. And 16 days is just not enough to do that. I mean, if she got towards the end, maybe yes, but like to the point where she got voted out, she did not have that loyalty that she needed. A 47-day game in Australian Survivor, yes, she could have built that alliance and that trust and those like do or dies like for her, like on her season when she had Bree, like she built that. But on a 16-day game, I think she might have been slightly out of her depth because I think her game is built on loyalty and do or dies, and you just can't have that straight away with people that you haven't connected with in the first couple of days.
No, it's a free for all. So yeah. Working in that format. So the speeches end with Parvati saying, before you vote, just let me say this one little thing. I have been on the right side of every vote or created the vote, and no one has written my name down. All right, go, Jonathan. What's your little line thing? Time to vote.
Yeah. Well, no, those are here's a little thing, because I had the same thing, right? It's the inspirational music comes and you have your winner like sign off essentially, and mine was taken from they edited apart from my opening intro and then they put it at the back of it to make it seem like I'm finishing really strong. I imagine that's the same thing there. They've taken apart from a main speech and gone, this bit is really awesome. We're going to put it at the end so everyone thinks she's ending really strong and bringing it home. And we're going to bring the inspirational music. It wasn't quite as loud as on our season, but inspirational music comes in and everyone goes, oh, I think Parvati's won this.
Incredible.
You may be right. Well, it's time to vote. Sarah writes Luke. Sari writes Parv. Guess what? Everyone else on this season, including Janine and Luke, write Parv. And
Jonny was a real surprise. I really
Johnny
wasn't.
was a surprise. I
They showed
really, yeah.
Jonny backing Luke a lot at various points. On the
Yeah,
jury.
when they flick to the jury and there's like what the people at Final Tribal are saying, usually you can get a hint, which is what Myles was really great at doing, and like picking up on what the jury was saying and by like nodding, like just our expressions. I really was confused when like Shani voted for Parvati. I do understand that she respects the game for sure, which is what I did. Like out of Myles and say Kaylin, like I was probably better friends with Kaylin, but I respected the game so much that don't be shocked at that, Myles. Shut up. But I respected the game enough to know that Myles deserved it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
so
I think
Shani
that's
is a
the same with
logical
Shani.
player.
Shani is a logical player. She's sassy, she's fun, she's social, but she's also
game recognized game.
Game recognized game, yeah.
Which is what I said. When I wrote my final thing. I wrote Myles, game recognizes game. Congratulations.
Let's see. It's all full circle. He's taking back her vote, Myles. You're gonna have to send back the stripper pole. Yeah. Do you still have all the money? They're gonna need that at Channel 10. They're gonna they're gonna re-gift it.
No, we got our new Paramount sugar daddies hopefully coming in.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Don't send it back. If they're out of business,
How they didn't align with Paramount for Oz v the World is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It would have popped off.
Well, I think someone had their panties in a bunch at that point, and so
yeah.
this ends with Parv saying this is her final season of Survivor because
fair.
didn't call her for season 50, and it feels so right.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm not sure that's where because I was just like, do we end with the JLP of it all? Do we end, with this? And I'm just like, it does feel so right. This is
We've had three resignations on this season. We've had Parv, Shani, and David resigning from Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And George said it, but it was cut from the.
What did George say?
George publicly resigned, but also that was cut and not shown.
I think that Parv winning has like the big beautiful bow, you know what I mean? It's all wrapped up, and it's like,
on both her career and also this season, because this was Parvati's season. Like the narrative from start to end is all framed from Parvati's perspective, to the extent that even the Australian tribe narrative is all framed from Kirby's perspective. And then at the point at which you hit merge, it becomes really clear why that is, because it's all handed over to, hey, look at this beast, Kirby is running everything over here. Well, that's just going to boost Parvati's narrative because look at how much he's played her.
Do we think that this being the first Oz v the World, do we think that there will be an Oz v the World 2?
It's crazy because I was pretty upset it was in Australia versus the US.
Yeah, well, we know why that happened.
And
I like the world people,
and I'm still upset about it.
I love the world people,
but you know what? The world delivered. I would change it to where maybe 8 and 8. So 4 US people. Four world people, and then 8 Australians.
Yeah. Just some more wiggle room would be very fun. Myles, where are you going? I love
my laptop is
I think the world people provided some nuance, some other avenue for both tribes.
I loved it. I love Tommy. I thought Rob. The you see Rob on. You look at the cast, you just have a picture, and you're just like, oh, that guy's probably going to make it pretty far, might win, and he's the first boot.
Yeah.
That's the show. That's the amazingness of the world, and I'm so glad the world was there.
Tommy, Lisa, and Cass all brought such unique. All three of them were really unique characters, and they brought something interesting and different to the season in their own regards. I really love. There's something to be said about seasons where there are no like even the purple characters who are getting quieter edits are really contributing. Like I think Knights vs. Rebels is an example of that. But this is another example where there's no one who you look at and are like, man, who are they? What do they do? Like I know nothing about them. Everyone had their little fun moments, whether it be just little like confessionals that were fun, like moments, challenge things.
I think it really highlights like how far the game of Survivor has gone, like how much like, so everyone in the US is watching this, or whoever can watch it in the US has seen how far it's extended. It's gone to Australia, it's gone to New Zealand, it's gone to Quebec, Scandinavia. Like it's gone to like all different parts of the world, and now it's opened up everyone's eyes to the fact that there's not just the most amazing US players. There's some other players that like you should be keeping your eye on, because this game has superseded America. It's gone so much further out, and I think this season has really shown that this can go so much further than just what Jeff Probst can do in America. And I really hope he takes that on as like, look what I can do further out than this, because everyone loved it.
Yeah, but it's look what Australia can do in the modern era better than America can do in the modern era. It's really and if we need Jeff to ghost pin it or whatever, to it's just like, okay, this is mine too. It's like, yes, it's yours, Jeff. Can they do it? Can you just let them do it, please?
I think like us as Australian players, like Myles, myself, and Law, like I think we have to be like so grateful for the fact that the franchise has expanded to Australia, and we like in the 10th season we've gotten the call up and we were able to play this game to this point where now we're chatting to you, Jonny, and we're chatting to other people, and we can have an opinion that is meaningful and like makes sense, because we've played this game for like a long time, because we've been able to experience this because of what the US has has given us, but we've been able to expand on it. It's been able to grow, and I think the best thing that we can look at now is you can't stifle it. Stop stifling it. Let it grow.
But now the Aussies are coming for blood. Now that the world
we're
won,
coming. We're coming. We're coming.
Absolutely not. I'm coming for the world.
We have shown that we are able to come for it. Like,
and hey, we got Fairplay on our side.
Yeah, that's true. Step one.
You have given Australia has given me the greatest alliance in the history of all alliances.
I hate that alliance.
Not the VB.
The
VBs.
That's our alliance. So sorry, Myles.
Fairplay, have you heard about the exclusion from the VB alliance? The fact
you were in the van, right?
I was number 4 in the van with the other 3 members of the VB alliance, and I was not included in that alliance.
I heard that story, but you know what's funny, Myles? I am in the VB alliance.
Yeah, crazy. I'm so low down on the pecking order.
Myles, you won, babes. Calm down.
Yeah. You're not, and you were in the Mega Alliance.
Let us have one thing. You won.
That's true.
Sugar and Spice. Were you guys in the Mega Alliance? I don't feel like you
was
are.
in the Mega Alliance.
Logan was supposed to be brought into the Mega Alliance post-merge. Jesse's numbers for the Zara vote did include Logan, with the idea of Laura pulling her across.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You could have been in the greatest alliance of all time, the Mega Alliance, where
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you guys said Mega Alliance, and I got really stressed out there.
No. Jesse wanted Laura to pull Logan into the Mega Alliance.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. It was
and how great would that have been? Because you never vote anyone out.
Yeah.
Everyone stays.
And you're like, okay, Jesse, whatever you say. I spoke to him yesterday, actually.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Was he on a skateboard?
He was, and I met his son and his daughter. But yeah, you were pseudo of the Mega Alliance. The thing is, the Mega Alliance had to make it through a tribal council without voting anyone out, which actually ended up happening.
Yeah, immediately upon the formation of the Mega Alliance. Therein lies.
He foresaw none of us are going home, and he was right.
He was. A great leader dies on the sword.
So funny. It didn't work out.
So something interesting, going back to the whole like this season being kind of groundbreaking thing. Like a lot of people have criticized modern US Survivor for a lot of reasons, quite justifiably. Two classic things are lots of like the fact that it's now much shorter and the fact that there's a whole heap of twists thrown in. Something that's interesting is that we just saw a season that was really short and had a shit ton of twists, and it was still really, really good. Like
but Myles, the twists weren't taking away your vote. They weren't sending you off on a mission. They weren't taking away from camp for the whole day.
But do you know what? They were sending two people home in one tribal council.
That was fun. That was fun.
But my point is that that's my point is that there's a right way. Like it's not inherently the format that's killing US Survivor that's making it rough. It's the production decisions around the format and how they're going about doing it. Because Australian Survivor has just done a very similar format, sure, with better and more entertaining players, but the format is quite similar, and we just saw like one of the best seasons we've ever seen. Like the twist didn't take away from it. The short season didn't take away from it.
The fact that it was 16 days, I was entertained every single episode, did not miss a single episode, dying to watch it, loved it all, was devastated with everyone that went home. Yeah. Props to Australian Survivor for doing that because it just showed us that, yes, a shorter season can work.
You can do it.
Twists can work as long as you keep it in the realm of what the fans want to see.
Yeah.
Was this the best season of Survivor of all time?
No.
Australian Survivor.
I think I'm a really big Titans versus Rebels diehard. I think that episode, that season doesn't have like even a meh episode really. I do think that the end stretch where you've got like kind of the Parvati, Sari, Luke, Janine loyalty thing going along, like I did find that a little bit slow. But other than that, like I think it's a 9.9 out of 10 season. Like I think it's definitely in the conversation. Like it's firmly in the conversation.
It's up there.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10 for
it's
sure.
Up there.
9 out of 10 for sure.
Top 3 Australian Survivor seasons of all time.
I agree with Titans versus Rebels. I really do. I think that they didn't miss. The only thing that I don't love is just towards the end, it was Ferris Kirby, and I just wish some other characters got some time. That's my only, but that's my only criticism with Titans versus Rebels.
Yeah, but you can make the same criticism about this one. It's all Parvati. This season is all Parvati.
And I would say the same criticism.
Yeah.
I have heroes, villains ahead.
No, I prefer this to Heroes versus Villains. Heroes versus Villains
episode maybe, but there's some iconic lines in there, but it's not up there. No,
really.
Heroes versus Villains had like this season has, sure, it's all about Parvati, but all of the side characters are all still playing really hard and are all like really big characters. Heroes versus Villains is the George story with like Jonny support, and there is Haley's there and Simon's there, and then you've just got a bunch of people who are just not really.
No, I was going to say, is it Champs versus Contenders 1 or 2 that's the better one? I can't.
2 is the one with like Luke and David. That's a good one. The strategy for that season is a little bit underwhelming, I think. 2017 is definitely up there. 2017 doesn't have the most exciting ending.
Isn't it?
No, 1 is the one where Sean loses to Shane at the end.
Shane Gold. Don't fuck with Shane Gold.
Yeah, but 2017's up there as well. Like I think 2017 Heroes vs. Villains, Titans vs. Rebels are generally considered like the 3 big compare, and I kind of agree with that. But I think Titans vs. Rebels, and then this comes in firm second.
Yeah,
I think this is beating everything else.
Where do you put us, Myles?
I don't know. We're like middle. Like we're decent, but there's some really glaring edit issues in ours.
Well, we only really saw the brain side of the whole thing, didn't we?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason for that. I mean, I literally hated when it like is just like, please brains lose so that it's like on the Simpsons. It's like on the Simpsons. It's like, oh no, it's a Lisa episode. Like, you know, when the Brawn laws is like, oh no, it's a Brawn episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So all right, well, this has been incredible. everyone. Thank you, Eden, for bringing me into the season and having the amazing ideas. Like, hey, there's other people that like to do your podcast. To which George is like, Logan is literally cussing you out because you didn't call her, and I'm just like, I didn't think sweet Logan would say yes. So I didn't think any of you guys would say yes. So I appreciate it so much. I had no idea how my real country, Australia, would represent.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Hey, I don't see your best friend George doing any podcast appearances this season.
He did.
Last season he did 2.
Well,
he
no,
did 2 last year, didn't he?
He did the only exit interview that I got.
Oh,
that's cute.
So, even though my numbers,
Well, thank you, Fairplay, for having us on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for
That's
wanting
fun.
to chat with us.
thank you for staying up and drinking, and thank you for having me drinking at 7 a.m. to watch your show and talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. I will now take a nap, wake up halfway through American football, and realize I had not set any of my fantasy football lineups. It's going to be wonderful, but no. So no, there's going to be more to talk about. There's a new Survivor season filming right now. I'm not one for gossip, but I will throw this out there.
Shut up. You are one for gossip. Don't lie.
Okay.
yeah, you're like one of the biggest gossipers I know.
All right. Shut up. Heard the Golden God doing great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hell yeah.
So
Let's keep this momentum.
initial footing, establishing footing things, and then it's the Golden God. It is like people should be happy. Like we all love JLP. We all miss like he's the greatest of all time. However, the Golden God supposedly has decided, not to be JLP Part 2. Not to be the other Jeff Probst. He is the Golden God, and rumored innuendo, people are gonna be very happy. And I love to hear it.
We want Australian Survivor to continue, so that's music to our ears.
Good.
Yeah, so that warms my soul because as I said, there was where there's a part of me that's just like, I really wanted JLP to not put out my torch.
Yeah. No, that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
So that's the good rumor stuff, and apparently there's no other. Well, you know what? I guess I'll throw this out there. There's another strategically based reality show in Australia, and if you love this cast, maybe they will find their way onto to that show that starts filming next week. So.
I love it. He's talking about.
Who's to say? So yes, it's Parvati. Parvati is coming back.
Win it again.
Right. So everybody follow Myles in the show notes. Here is a link to your new song.
Oh hell yeah. That's very exciting. Thank you.
Yes. So and Myles, promote where can they find you on the socials?
Yeah, I'm just at Myles Kuah on Instagram and Myles M Kuah on Twitter. Easy.
Oh,
if you want Survivor thoughts, that's on Twitter. If you want just other shit, that's on Instagram.
Give us your Reddit name.
Yeah, what's your Reddit name, Myles?
No, I don't even post anything on Reddit. I just browse.
Yes, and Sugar and Spice can be found at sugarandspice.com. Do not type that in. It's either a condiment website or porn, so do not type that. However, they do have a pretty awesome TikTok. Where can we find you on the talk?
We have a TikTok called The Witching Hour with us and Karen. We filmed another TikTok tonight, so we're going to post that soon. A live reaction where everyone is being very mean to me, but that's okay.
It's fine. But then we've got our individual socials. So Logan Johannisen on socials and Laura is Laura Darras on socials. Find us both there. And sorry if you're not interested.
Your fault. Your loss.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm at Jonny Fairplay on everything. JonnyFairplay.com, links to everything, including cameos. And wow, you love it when I lose my voice. So I'm stacked up to like 15 cameos waiting for me before I watch football and before I take my nap and all these other things that are really fun in life. Go to realityaftershow.com for links to everything. On the podcast, we're at youtube.com/aftershow. But once again, realityaftershow.com has links for the audio, the video, all the things. But click the subscribe button, click the like button, leave a comment. The greatest way to control the algorithm is by way of comments. They can be good or bad. I don't care. I don't read most of them. I try to shield sweet Logan from all of them.
Sweet Logan will defend herself.
Yeah. And see me live, Jonny Fairplay, or no, Johnny, SurvivorTix.com. It has been a long podcast. It is SurvivorTix.com. That is SurvivorTix.com. I'm doing the premiere for The Floor and 99 to Beat with Cara Maria in Boston. That's September 24th. October 15th, I'm going to be in Jam Jam. I'm announcing another Floor deal in Durham. Tickets go on sale for that this week. I'm going to be in Portland, Oregon with Kelly Wentworth. And then me and Jam Jam have a couple more dates to be added and more. So, yeah, SurvivorTix.com. That's SurvivorTix.com. And with that, thank you, everybody. Until next time, we love you. Bye.